I love everyone's expression.
Now is the darkness vanished away.
Every single time.
Seeing this face.
It's the best intro song. It's gather us in. We're gathering everybody in. I hope everybody's ready. And did you? All right. So Anthony Stine, did you grow up Novus Ordo?
Oh, I'm a convert.
You're a convert.
My family is funny, actually. We had a crucifix in the house and also a Buddha. And then my grandma reverted to her Catholic faith and dragged all my siblings to mass with her and tried to get me to go. I was the one who didn't go, and now I'm the only one who's Catholic. So there's a sort of tragic irony about all this stuff.
Did you convert straight to trad?
No, I mean, in a sort of way I did, because I ended up having I would be sitting there after mass and during Holy Donut Hour, and I'd say something that I heard from a Sensus Fidelium homily or whatever precursor to Sensus Fidelium was, whatever the podcast version was years ago. But it was, I'd repeat something I'd heard on one of those kind of homilies or something I saw Michael Matt say, and people would look at me like I had just dropped like some sort of racial slur. And this was at a pretty moderate Novus Ordo parish. So I knew I was in trouble because I was pretty sure the things that I was repeating were correct. You know?
No, yeah, of course. Wow, that's so funny, man. So, all right, so you don't even recognize that hymn, like that terrible song. You don't really recognize it.
The Novus Ordo parish that I went to the most had we had a few like Protestant hymns, but usually they were like the better ones anyway. Like Amazing Grace isn't actually a bad song, right? I at mass,
it's just not appropriate for mass,
right? Or that Southern Baptist song, I think the Rugged Cross or Iron Cross or whatever it's called. It's another good one, but I don't want it at mass.
Yeah. So I grew up like my parents were in like the charismatic renewal, so I was on like retreats and stuff like that, and it was those songs are part of my upbringing, and a lot of people are attached to those songs, so I have to be careful how I speak to them because I do have family members that watch it and they get a little upset when I bash them. They are very nostalgic for me. I do actually,
I've never told this publicly, but I'll tell it to your audience. Why not?
People watching.
When I was in grad school, it was like all the atheistic stuff was getting ramped up to 11, basically, right? It was like Spinal Tap for atheism. And I was sitting there in these classes, and I came across my university's Newman Center, which was, and this was run by Argentinian missionaries. The priests there were ordained by Francis back when it was Cardinal Bergoglio. The nuns there were full habit. Well, they weren't nuns; they were women religious, but they were full habited, baby blue habits, like full habited, like way more traditional looking than most of them. Yeah. And they were very orthodox in a lot of their thinking. But at their private masses, they were reading you Medjugorje messages. At their retreats, they were doing calling down the Holy Ghost stuff, and it was very charismatic.
That's all the charismatic stuff, yeah. So,
right, but their teaching was mostly very orthodox, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I got to know that's how I got to know the charismatic movement was firsthand, seeing this stuff. But at their masses, their young adult masses, they were playing. It wasn't trad because that's what young adults actually want. No, it was Oceans by Hillsong United and a bunch of other Hillsong United and other bands like that, music that they would play themselves on their acoustic guitars.
Well, you also have to what time period was this?
Oh, this was early mid 2010s when I was going there, because I finished my PhD like 2 years ago now.
So all right, so now at that the period I'm talking I'm talking back in the 90s, so I was a kid. So by 2010, all right, so now, when did Summorum come out? In 07?
07.
Yeah.
07. So I would say I didn't go to my first Latin Mass, I think, until 2017.
My first Latin Mass was a Novus Ordo Mass in Latin that I was told was how the council wanted the Mass to be said. It was the Unicorn Mass, right? There were like 5 people there. At a parish that 3 years later, I was getting married in. And the priest there was offering low mass, like an actual Latin low mass. It was in Portland. It was Archbishop Sample's right hand man who was offering those masses. So it's so
strange that Portland has Archbishop Sample.
Archbishop Sample is a conservative reformer of the reform bishop. I wouldn't call him a trad. He's not.
No,
an
he's a
enemy.
reform of the reform guy.
He's not an enemy by any stretch of the imagination. The times I interact with him, I found him a delight to be like around. And
there are no traditional bishops, even Strickland.
Strickland isn't.
Well, Schneider, I would say, is trad, I guess, but
sort of. He's the, like I told someone else today, he is the one bishop I would trust to, if he became by some miracle become pope, to actually try to make the hermeneutic of continuity actually make a lot of sense and do the reform of the reform properly. And the reason I say I would trust him with that is because he's the only bishop I've ever heard say that there are problems with Vatican II, serious problems that need to be corrected. I haven't heard any of the other bishops that you hear me read their letters on my channel other than Vigano.
It's Vigano, yeah. So it's like
I do chuckle when people say Vigano. I want him. He's going to be the next pope. I'm like,
not a chance.
If Russia blanket nukes the entire West, 5 bishops left, and he's the only cardinal, then yeah, he'll probably be pope.
Vigano's not a bishop, though, is he?
Yeah, he is. He's an archbishop.
He's
archbishop.
Okay.
He's not a cardinal.
He's not a cardinal. No,
I didn't know he was a bishop.
A couple, like 2 years ago, I put out a thread on Twitter saying, here's how I predict that this is going to go down. And it was like, I was trying to wrap in the third secret where Rome gets destroyed. So Francis calls all the cardinals in to do one of his synods on some nonsense. All of a sudden, they get attacked by Islam or China. Everybody gets killed, so there's no cardinals left, so they have to drag Schneider in. He's the only one that can become pope, and that's how we get Schneider. And then he becomes the like, it was just such a silly, ridiculous thing. I tell everybody,
I would read that novel. I would read that.
It was like the only way I could see it ever, us not getting a Francis II next.
You know what, though? The Holy Spirit works weird things at conclaves. I mean, and you never know. Nobody was expecting John Paul II, I don't think.
It does require the bishops to listen to the Holy Ghost, though.
That's a good point. Well, I think I get the weird feeling, and I could be wrong, and I don't have my pulse on the college or anything like that.
I'm going to record this just so you know.
I get the weird feeling, man, that the bishops have the majority of
bishops
have about had it.
Right, but they're not the ones who vote, though. The cardinals are the ones who vote.
Well, that's true. That's a good point.
So, all right, Ant, do you know the answer to this? So we have this consistory coming up in August, right? Mm-hmm. If, hypothetical, something happened to Francis before then, are those still cardinal elect, those men? Or does the next pope have to choose totally different ones if he wants to?
That I don't know. You actually need to find a canon lawyer to ask that question to. And none of the canon lawyers that are on Twitter answered your question when you tweeted that last week or a few days ago.
Oh, somebody had
no one did. No one did, as far as I know. I think people were like, oh, well, this is how it should work. Well, that's how it should work, but I don't know if that's how it works, right? I would assume it would be interesting to see if that played out, that you might get people showing up to the conclave. Hey, Francis named me a cardinal. I'm here to vote for Togway.
They wouldn't be a cardinal at that point, so they don't get to vote. But I'm not even saying that. I'm saying, would there still be a consistory in August, even if a new pope is elected? And do they still get to become, or would the next pope say, no, I pick my own cardinals?
At the very best, if the next consistory was run by the next pope, and they elected a moderate, they would probably feel as a moderate that they had to follow through with what Francis did. Yeah. And you're not going to get bent. Everybody wanting for Cardinal Burke. I mean, I'm not the biggest Burke fan, actually, but
I could him.
He's not going to happen. I like him for some things, but he fails spectacularly the SSPX question.
Oh yeah,
he declared them to be a schism when even John Paul II never declared the society to be a schism.
I thought he was the guy saying that they were just canonically irregular. Was that not him?
That's Schneider.
That's Schneider. Okay. That's Schneider and Mueller and a few others.
Okay, gotcha.
And like I feel weird on the day that I put a Mueller letter up. I'm reminded that Mueller also is the one who said Adam and Eve were an allegory.
Right? Yeah, it's weird though, because
I think he was also when he said the resurrection was an allegory too.
So yeah, that was your video. That was your video this morning. But at the same time, since Mueller got tossed out of the CDF, he has said some good things. So it's like
that's why I put his letters up, is because they're good. Most of the time, they're good. And
a guy like him can influence other guys that are going to vote. So it's like.
And the better bishops are the ones who are going to be the ones most likely when they see, I don't know, Russian tanks rolling across Europe and going, well, maybe this consecration didn't actually happen. Maybe we should try it again, and on pain of excommunication, overt pain of excommunication for everybody to do it, and just do it the way all the people like we were saying you should do it, and smarter people than me were saying.
All right, so me and Rob this week, we had a couple of trolls left some terrible comments on.
You did. Let's clarify that. You did.
No. I'm talking about the guy who was stalking. Yes, I had a stalker on Twitter, and two guys left some horrible Apple iTunes reviews and left 1 star. So I asked originally, really, me and Rob said, we want all of the people who listen to it to go on, leave the most horrific review about us that you can, but make sure you give us 5 stars, because as long as you give us 5 stars, the algorithm doesn't know. It just sees 5 stars. So we're going to read some of these reviews, and whoever has the funniest review. Okay, so Rob's going to put them up. But Rob, go all the way to the bottom. Go all the way, scroll all the way to the bottom. Let's start at the bottom. So let's start with the bad ones. So the 2 original 1-star reviews. The host of this show participated in the doxing of an innocent trans person after the Olvati school shooting, which never happened. The hoax originated on far right-wing websites like 4chan and InfoWars and was promoted by white nationalist Congressman Paul Gosar, who I have no idea who he is. This kind of hatred of the other is typical of Catholics like these. So that was the first one that was left. Then we had much to be desired. Anthony is a ghoul, and we're not impressed.
Wonderful.
So we asked everybody to start writing in their own reviews, and the first one that comes in is by Absolve Me, which I don't know who this is, but it's hysterical. The worst podcast ever. These guys stink. All the trivia answers are wrong. The host never shuts up about his family and says the word literally 800 times an episode. 5 stars, definitely check it out. That's the first one. Then this is Don, who is a total favorite of ours. Don goes to the same parish as I do. Don wrote deplorable. I don't know who's worse, the host or the audience, but I have to disagree with the previous review. Anthony is not a ghoul. He may be a swaggering, overbearing, tin-plated dictator with delusions of godhood, but he's not a ghoul. Very good, Don. Then we have great and fun show. This was Jason, I believe. So Jason from Tradman podcast, that's Mark's partner. He actually wrote a nice review, which kind of blew the whole bit. But he said, the show is great concept that brings together fellowship, laughter, and I don't know how to read that. Who cares? I don't want to hear nice stuff about us. That's terrible.
Jason, you embarrassed us in front of our friends.
Yeah, we want mean reviews. This one's pretty nice too, and it's J. Dot, and I don't know who it is, so I'm going to read this one because this one's nice. So this show is a nice break from all the seriousness of the world. It is lighthearted and funny. The crew and guests are amazing. I haven't seen anything like it. Keep up the good work. You're not getting the award tonight, but thank you for the nice review. Okay, now this is Rob Fatzinger. He writes, give the show a shot. A low-key hottie host. Give the show a shot. It picks up in the 3rd or 4th hours. The show goes for 2 hours. Be sure to watch it live and have a snide comment ready for the live chat. If you're offended by discussions of cats who engage in sodomist practices, the show may not be for you. Oh, obviously, a inside joke between
That's funny. It's
Rob
so funny. I don't even know what the inside joke is.
Neither do I, but it's funny.
Next one is I came for Rob, stayed for Anthony. I delight in watching these 2 young gentlemen as I water the flowers in my garden. I would type more, but I have arthritis. Then we got Avoiding Babylon is hilarious, edifying for your Catholic faith. Anthony, along with Rob, Avoiding Babylon, do an impressive job.
This is Trevor.
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 Trevor's too nice. Get rid of Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor's too nice. Go to the next one.
He
We wanted mean reviews, guys. Okay, so this is Jake's wife, Shelby. She goes, unbelievable. It's unbelievable that these guys even have a show. Just quick and to the point. Red Rover, who's on the show with us tonight, that's Darren. The show presumes a game show type format, but the host just bullies everyone and makes up rules as he goes along. He droned on about his extended family for what seemed like forever. I listened for over an hour and heard only 3 questions. The host insisted on answering one before the contestants. Good answer. And another had to be thrown out because he didn't know the answer to his own question. Total clown show. I'm unfriending all the people who recommended this Catholic trivia. Do yourself a favor and subscribe. Misery loves company. Darren, Darren, you're winning. There's nobody's beating that, Darren. That is by far. This is from, I think this is Jeff, who's in the chat, and he is a previous winner. The show is utter claptrap. The host, Anthony, is like a Catholic version of Alex Trebek, except no mustache, which makes him even more lame. The topics are for nigmanogs, I don't even know what that is, and cads, and your occasional rapscallion. I would rather ingest a piece of rancid zebra meat dipped in ipecac than listen to this amplified gully fuck. I don't even know what he said. But honestly, bravo. Darren, you're not going to win anything on the trivia game show tonight, but you are going to win for that hysterical comment. By far the funniest one.
You know, like usual, we told everyone the chat would get to vote for the winner. And once again, you just go and choose.
I did. All right. So, all right, guys in the chat, which one do you think was funny? If you don't agree that it's Darren, I'm going to lose trust in my audience's judgment. But, all right, Lawrence is done. Oh, that was Pascal. That wasn't JMT. I'm sorry. All right, Bob's corrected me. That wasn't Jeff. It wasn't Secret Fire. It was Pascal Knows on Twitter. Let's see. All right, so who do you guys think should get it? Let's see. Rob, because nobody gets it. Mrs. C, I agree. Let's see. Pascal says not Darren. He wants it. I don't know, dude. Darren's a tough one to beat, man.
A lot of Darren, yeah.
Yeah, I think Darren gets it. Darren, good job. Bravo, sir. Very funny.
Yeah, that was awesome.
What time we got? We got 8:08. We usually try to start the trivia at 8, but there's one more funny story I got to tell. The other day, my wife will murder me if she knows I'm telling this story, but luckily she never.
It's a good thing you're not already in the doghouse this week.
Oh, man. Yes, you have no idea. I got silent treatment last night. I'm not going to tell that one on air. So the other day, she goes, I'm on my way home from work. I have a 2.5-hour ride home from work in traffic. She calls me. She's at Target, and she lost her car keys. She's losing her mind. She lost her car keys. I'm like, all right, well, retrace your steps, go back in the store, see if you dropped it on the counter, check the bags, check the grocery bag. She's checking everything. I'm like, go back and check the car, make sure it's not on the floor, under the car. She's losing her mind. Her phone's about to die. I have to go and pick my wife up and bring her spare keys 20 minutes past my house. I have to go to my house after 2.5 hours of traffic, bring the keys to her 20 minutes past, and then come home. She's losing her mind, and I'm like, she's got to find them. She's got to find them. She hangs up the phone with me, and I just look up and I go, St. Anthony, please help her find these keys. I just don't want to go to Target right now. 3 seconds after I finish the prayer, I get a phone call back. The keys were in the ignition.
She lost the keys in the ignition.
In the ignition. It's part of the reason I love my wife. She does a lot of things like this quite often. She's adorable. She's very funny. But she makes me laugh quite often. Mrs. C, you don't have to keep track at all anymore. Rob's going to do that from now on. I want you to enjoy the show. I want you to be able to respond and guess the questions. So I'm trying to make that easier for you. Plus, Rob cheats and beats everybody every time he's on. So he never cheats, but he always wins, and we want to let the guests have bragging rights. Anthony Stine cannot stay for the whole show. Ant, whenever you got to go, you just give me the word and you could go. We're going to start the trivia now. Oh, wait, one more thing. Quick one. I put a post up about my little sister, Christy, who's discerning religious life. And I put out a link for a Give, Send, Go. And within 24 hours, you guys donated $2,500. Wow. My sister
I donated like an hour ago. People, share the link in your chat, in your live stream chat.
Oh, good idea.
I can't tell you how humbled I am by how generous everybody is. I mean, it was my sister was I talked to her before. She said, I wrote every single name down in my prayer book. I'm praying for everybody that donated. Thank you so much. She was floored by everybody's generosity. And I just have to say thank you. We're going to have her on the show next week. And she's going to tell her conversion story, which is wild because 2 years ago, she was engaged and living out of wedlock with her fiance. And she had an illumination of conscience, broke off her engagement, left the guy, and has been on this discernment journey for 2 years. And she finally found a convent she fell in love with. I can't wait for her to actually come on and tell her story. So look forward to that.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I get a little spoiler, but it's way more in depth.
Is now a bad time to tell you she actually agreed to do Tradman first, or?
I
mean, we actually had her booked for tomorrow. I mean,
all right, so
that would be genius. You really should have pulled that one off.
Oh, that would be funny. She would be honored to go on your show, by the way. So
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so question 1. You guys should all be ready on this one. Name the third sorrowful mystery of the Rosary. You guys all know the rules with the private chat, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I think this is about you, Rob. At least it'll give him something to do. And Bob, I promise you Jake's losing. Wait, he's not even here tonight. I don't see him in the chat.
What happened to him on Twitter?
Oh, man. Devastating news. Devastating news about Jake. Jake's ego is so big that he allowed me to bully him into quitting Twitter for a little while.
It's sad.
No, I didn't really bully him into all right, you know what? We can't get into that story because it's so silly. It really is ridiculous. I was just talking about my experience during Lent, and during Lent, I gave up Twitter. And the first few weeks I did great. The last 2 weeks I caved in, and I was just saying how hard it is to quit Twitter. And a lot of guys shot their mouth off and said, I could quit no problem. I could get off easily. And Jake's the only one who put his money where his mouth is. So that's all I can say. Everybody else is still on there, claiming they're going to be gone.
Lost power, so he might not be able to charge his phone. So it might be.
He said he got it back on at 2:00 today.
Shelby says the power came back on. All right, which one of you guys got in first?
It looks like Mark.
Looks like me. The Crowning with Thorns.
That is correct. Rob's got the score tonight. Bob, I was not projecting my problems. I was being honest about my problems, and I told him, and you shot your big mouth off, and now you got to give it up for a month. So we'll see how that goes. Bob and I have $100 bet, and Bob says he's going to get off Twitter for the month of July, and I spent him $100. He couldn't make the whole month, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Yes, this is they're leaving Twitter for the Precious Blood Month. That should be a thing. I know a lot of guys do August, right? Matt Fradd and we can never go a show without mentioning him. Matt Fradd and Dave Rubin. I think they do August.
Why would Dave Rubin leave Twitter for Catholic reasons?
He doesn't do it for Catholic reasons. He does it for
laying on the beach reasons, I think.
Years ago. He doesn't. They have
Wasn't he losing his hair or something?
I don't know. He does it just as like a social media cleanse, and he gets, he does it.
And I think he was losing his hair at one point and needed to do health.
He probably went to see his plastic surgeon or whatever, wherever you go to get that taken care of when you've got resources to do it.
Jeff, I'm obsessed with Matt Fradd. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. I like him a little, but
you're in love with him.
Yeah, no, I think it's just because I know we can't get him on our show, and he's never going to have us on his show. So I don't know, it drives me crazy.
The guy actively fights porn in the culture. That makes the guy okay with me. Regardless,
as long
as he doesn't preach heresy, then I'm okay.
No, I like him. I'm just jealous that he's not going to come on here, and I can't get on his show. Okay.
We just need to get you to 50,000 subscribers.
I know that's what it comes down to.
And have you talked about how great the tambourine masses are or something, and then you'll probably get
well, maybe one day we'll get Covenant Eyes as a sponsor. We'll see. All right, next question. May there be more than one secret a day in the Mass? It's an easy question because it's yes or no. May there be more than one secret a day in the Mass? Apparently Ruben lives rent free too. Bob, you are never getting off Twitter without me egging you on today. Never a chance. Stop it. Bob just doesn't realize I just needed a break from him, so I was willing to pay $100 to have a month off. Come on, I thought that was funny. Nobody laughed at that one. I thought that was a good joke.
We all thought you were serious.
No, I wasn't serious. It's a joke. All right. I got a lot of answers. Which one you guys got it?
Me.
What do you say, Connor?
I'm gonna say no.
You are incorrect.
Dang it.
Deduct the point, Rob. Deduct the point.
Deduct the point.
I like starting off in the negative.
Mark was second, but does he get the answer?
Yeah.
No, not on a yes or
yeah.
no question.
bro.
No,
Yeah, bro.
not on a yes or no question. There's
Okay,
no steal on that one.
What if I explain why there can be more than one?
Let's see. Wait, let me see.
What if he doesn't technically say yes?
But it's not in the trivia book, so it doesn't matter. It only matters if it's in the trivia book.
That's absolutely correct. And Anthony Stine, if you hear us argue over whether the trivia game is correct or not, you have to look it up on Google to tell us, because a lot of times the game gets it wrong. Last week we had a fight over what the what was it? What is the Queen of all virtues? And it was a fight between charity and prudence. So,
well, that's I got to say, you fighting over charity and prudence is very apropos for the game, I think.
Yeah.
Fighting over bad Puritan names.
Okay, let's go. All right, this is a good one. Give the popular term given to the 18th century due to the heightened intellectual atmosphere of the time. So, the 18th century has a popular term given to it. What is that popular term? See, I'm starting a thing here. Don't make it easy. You have to make it you have to make Bob think he's missing out. So if everybody gets off for July, it's going to be too easy for him. So no, you're not getting off. So Sferago says charity, but the trivia game said prudence. So I got some funny answers. All right, which one of you guys got it?
Mark.
Is it me?
Yeah.
The age of enlightenment.
It is the age of enlightenment. So Laura said springtime.
That would explain why we needed a new one.
It technically was the springtime of Freemasonry. That was really their moment, wasn't it? They really came into their own.
I don't know. Right now seems really their moment too.
Yeah,
this is
I'm with
their
you.
moment.
I'm with you, Don. Don, we'll give it up in August, Don.
My favorite myth, by the way, is that the Freemasons started in 1717. That's just when they got really organized. To get to the point where they had their grand lodges all forming, they had to have been around for much longer than that.
Yeah.
People don't want to logically think about that.
Yeah, it was probably pre-Reformation.
Oh, easily.
Oh,
I mean, I once read a history that talked about how those groups were actually around in the 12th century and already causing problems.
Probably the Waldensians.
Yeah, Waldensians, Lombards. They're not Lombards.
Albigensians.
Lollards. All those groups kind of
Hussites.
Okay.
Got the next one yet, Anthony?
Yeah. What Protestant theologian established a religious doctrine based on his Institutes of the Christian Religion? It's a Protestant Reformation figure.
I thought this was a Catholic trivia.
It is, but it's
Right.
you just get bagged sometimes, and I like to trick you guys up a little bit. So it was his doctrine. It's based on his doctrine on his Institutes of the Christian Religion. So I got answers in the chat. Which one of you guys got it? What up, Enoch? We got to set him coming back on. We got to check if his kid is settled in enough for him to come back on. I know it was a little rough for him to come back on, so I'm going to reach out to him and see if we can get him on next episode. All right. So which one of you guys got it?
It's me. Do I go? Okay,
Yeah.
It's John Calvin.
It is John Calvin. Wow.
And the only reason I know that is because I had to read it. And if you've ever, because I got my my undergraduate degree in theology and religious studies, and I had to read these Protestant reformers. And if you've ever read the Institutes of Christian Religion, if you ever suffer from insomnia, that's the cure. That thing reads like stereo instructions, man. I could not figure out why. Now I get why people were into Luther. Luther's kind of a firebrand, and he's sort of,
And he wrote a lot of spicy stuff too.
Yeah, he did. But John Calvin, man, that's a theological tome. It's heresy, but it's still dense reading.
Greg, Calvin, and Hobbes. Let's see what he says. He says, I think my kid is settled enough for him to come on next week. Yeah, come on with the kid. Rob brings his kids on all the time. It's a crap show over here. Nothing professional. Let's see. Got a fan, Enoch. What's the score? What is the score, Rob? How's it going in here?
So in the chat, anyways, we have is Jeff allowed to win?
Yeah, well, I'll decide at the end of the show. I'll decide at the end of the show.
So Jeff has 3. And then Tobias and Brandon are tied with 2. We have a few people with 1. But as far as people on the show right now, it looks like it's Mark with 3 and Connor with -1.
Darren, you better step your game up here, brother. Usually you're pretty good, Darren. What's going on? You sleeping on us tonight?
No, I'm not getting my my trigger finger in fast enough.
You gotta hit it mid-question, I think. That's how
I think so.
No, I'm sorry. No, put that back up, bro. Jeff, I actually gave away all my Thurible keychains, but I'll order more. And so I went to confession the other day. I gave one to the priest. I saw my brother the other day. I gave one to my brother. I had 4 of them, and I had 1 left, and I had it on my keys, and I broke the little chain holding it to the main Thurible. So I will order another one. Settle down. Don't worry. These Anthony first, second, and third place, so you can decide which one gets. That's exactly it. 100%. We keep the first 3 who get it. I get an option, and then whoever I like the best out of those 3, I give it to. Wait. Steven's giving you some shade, Darren. It is simony. All right, let's go. What does the priest do during the lavabo in the mass? I probably pronounced that wrong, right?
It's probably lavabo.
No, it's lavabo.
Don't ask me. I'm famous. I'm famous for not knowing how to pronounce lavabo.
Oh, you mispronounce a lot. I know. You skip things sometimes.
Well, if I skip something in a letter that I'm reading, it's because they say something that YouTube will not appreciate. So,
yeah. All right, which one of you guys got it?
I got it.
Oh, Darren's in. What do they do?
The level that's when he washes his hands.
Incorrect.
What?
No, I'm kidding. It is. It's right.
I'm ready to go ballistic.
I just wanted to mess with you.
I was about ready to fight you for that one, Anthony.
What happened? You would want to fight me?
Yeah.
This is one I never even heard of. What is the name given to the group of 30,000 led by a shepherd, Stephen, who attempted to capture Jerusalem in 1212?
That one's easy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know the main, I'll tell you what I knew when, we'll see. So
you were going to give the answer away.
Yeah, I almost blew the answer, which would have made Darren's review perfectly accurate. And yo, Anthony, anytime you come on here, this is like every comment. Everybody, you know what it isn't? You never talk gossip about other Catholics. So everybody I know one of your biggest fans is Deacon
Nick Donnelly.
Nick Donnelly loves your channel.
He and I chat sometimes on Twitter privately.
Yes, I do too. He's awesome.
I have a rule that if I can't say something positive or factually neutral about another Catholic commentator, like, hey, Taylor Marshall cut his grass today. Something like that. I'm not going to talk about them. You can guess who I don't like by who I never reference ever on my channel. That's about it. But even that won't help you because there's plenty of people I'm fine with.
He's never talked about Tradman on his channel. What does that
know? Maybe because he's never heard of it, but that we'll pretend it's not.
I'm going to err on the side of he hates us. That's what
Here's the other dirty secret. I don't watch as much Catholic content as people think I do because I want to avoid accidentally copying other people.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I still watch some, but not that.
I have a similar rule. It's not even commentators. I try to not speak negatively about. I try not to say anything ad hominem about another Catholic. I mean,
Right.
I will argue ideas. I'll do things like that. Like me and Bob go at it, but I'm friends with Bob. Things like that. But I won't just trash someone for no reason, which we had to suspend somebody tonight. Our HR department had to suspend somebody tonight.
If you want to come up with a snazzy biting nickname about somebody, make sure it's because of something they did that they can't really, that is unequivocally true about them that they did. Like people got mad when I called Francis Packa Papa Francis, but I'm like, I mean,
that one stuck. I see other people saying it.
I know it always weirds me out when I see things I say getting repeated by other people, but whatever.
Look at the irony of Bob saying he doesn't watch podcasts while he's watching a podcast.
Does this count?
Nah, this isn't really a podcast. This is just us goofing around, making fun of each other.
This is like This is the Hollywood Squares, but Catholic, basically.
This is this, Bob said. Okay, what are the 6 holy days of obligation in the United States?
Wait a minute, back up.
Yeah. What?
We didn't.
You
We
didn't
never
even answer the last question.
You asked a question about.
Oh, who got in? Who got in? I said, listen, read the reviews of the show. They're accurate.
I'm guessing Mark did from the way he wanted to answer.
Well, I
Read
don't
the
know.
reviews of the show. They're 100% accurate. I'm not even drinking tonight.
I'm about
All right,
to lose a.
Who got in? Who got in?
It was
I don't know how to
me.
play.
We got Mark.
Was it the First Crusade?
No. Well, all right. So this is when the trivia game comes in. This is when we fight about the trivia game, because the trivia game, I've never heard this term before. So
Okay.
What's it called?
what did you think it was, Rob?
Peasants Crusade.
That's what I've heard that term. What it says in the trivia game, I've never heard. The Children's Crusade.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard
You've
that.
never heard
I've heard that one.
I thought that was a
But
different
obviously,
thing.
I didn't know what it was related to.
That's one of those things that atheists like to slap the church for, actually.
Yeah, but it was just some random dude.
I thought the Children's Crusade was something different later.
Yeah, I thought that was like the third.
That's not, and
we're
we're just to be clear, that's not what's going to happen in the next few years if a lot of the stuff like at that bar in Texas keeps happening, right? You know what I'm completely referring to.
How would it?
So I did not know this, so I don't know. I mean, I can't give you the point, Mark. You gotta lose a point.
Hey.
Well, I don't know. The trivia game stinks, so I can't even tell you if you're wrong.
I have heard Children's Crusade, and that
it's-
would have been a second guess. So
Yeah, if it's Children's Crusade, then it's definitely not the First Crusade. So
right.
I'm wrong.
First
either way,
Crusade
so.
was back in like 1009 or something.
Oh,
like
was
that.
it? I thought it was 1200.
Yeah, it was.
True, but I thought
It
that
was,
was the one guy,
It was early.
the guy
So
that
did-
ran around like bringing a bunch of peasants together.
That's what it says. What is the name given to the group of 30,000 led by a shepherd named Stephen?
Yeah, but I thought that's in the beginning with the First Crusade. And
So the Peasants Crusade was led by Peter the Hermit, not by Stephen. The Children's Crusade was led by Stephen.
And the First Crusade was more of a response to Islamic takeover of Europe,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
And the bandits who were robbing pilgrims on their way to the Holy Land and carrying them off as slaves and all kinds of things.
So, Don, for the record, Anthony has told me to ignore your answers.
No, you still got to give him bragging rights. You still got to give him bragging rights.
Literally deleted him from the spreadsheet.
Let's see. Okay, so did anybody get it in the chat? I don't think
No,
anybody got it. I
nobody
see
got it in
Peasants
the chat.
Crusade, right? Nobody got it, which is rare. I've never asked a question when nobody got. So I think you should take 2 points away from Mark.
Got it.
Man,
I'm not being serious. All
dear
right, so-
Apple Podcasts.
All right. So no, Mark will leave a stellar review with 1 star just to screw us over. This is the greatest podcast ever. I love it. 1 star.
Half a star. That's right.
All right. So I did ask the next question already. If you guys want to punch in and see who can
I
get
don't
it.
remember what it was.
What are the 6 holy days of obligation in the United States? Don was quick to get. Why would you do that?
Is that the answer? Read
Nobody-
it, Anthony.
Ascension Sun. Oh, I just saw an answer. This show is the worst. Ascension Sunday, Juneteenth, and the Feast of Synodality. I'm sorry, Don. I should have waited to read that before I shut my mouth off. Kayla. Yeah, I saw that. Wait, where's Kayla? This isn't
No,
K,
other
is it?
Kayla.
No, that's not K,
No.
right?
That's my wife.
Church.
you-
Church
my-
blew
that's-
up in-
that's-
Oh, that's your wife.
That's my
Is
wife.
that? Oh, welcome, Kay. Is Kayla?
Yeah, Kayla.
Oh, welcome,
It's
Kayla. It's the
it's,
first
it's
time seeing
spelled
you.
it's spelled Keela, but she's Cuban, so it's pronounced Kayla. So it's
Oh my gosh, she's probably fiery and fights. She probably was.
yeah, we've had spirited discussions. I was laughing at your story earlier because I'm the guy who would lose the car keys that is in his hand, and she's the one who's always like, Mark, look in your right hand.
Oh, my wife loses everything, dude.
Yeah,
Everything. My wife loses her phone 19 times a day.
So that church that was destroyed in Texas, according to ABC News in Texas, they think it was a gas leak. It was
Gas leak. They said.
Holy Rosary Catholic Church, or Queen of Holy Rosary Catholic Church in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
And I mean, a gas leak, all it would take would be somebody to just turn the gas on. And walk
Apparently,
away.
what happened is a lady lit a candle, and she was life lighted out. Apparently, is from what I understand. So it sounded like if Mark knows if mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Dude, I'll tell you right now. So my wife is she's German, dude.
Yeah.
Thick,
All right.
thick-headed, dude. Thick-headed. Like
Did you? I saw this on Twitter today and the news story that went along with it. But did you know that Michelle Obama was in Paris on having lunch on a boat across from where Notre Dame was burning when it happened?
Yeah,
No.
I saw
Really?
that.
Yeah,
You can see the smoke in her like glass. I think.
yeah.
really?
That's
Yeah.
it's like confirmed as actually real and not just a meme.
Wow.
Huh.
Wow,
now I
that's
want to get
weird.
Alex Jones to comment
Yeah,
on
I was
that.
gonna say.
You're gonna get us suspended for saying some weird conspiracy theory. You know what? If we're gonna go out, let's go out.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. we gotta get Cunningham on here to start talking about the Fourth Industrial Revolution, as we really could go out. All right, so 6 holy days of obligation. I mean, I would have to look that up. I would know 3 of them off the
I
top
know
of
all
my head.
10.
In
There's
the
10
U.S.
there's 10 total. Well, in certain dioceses there are.
Oh,
10.
that's a good point. That's right. They're
So
different.
which diocese?
Well, here's what I want to know.
In Nebraska,
Where did you
all
move that you developed a Southern accent since the last time I saw you?
I don't know. It just sometimes comes out.
Because last time I talked to you, you did not have that accent. I know you moved to a new house, and I'm thinking,
across the river.
oh, okay. Let's see. I'm seeing.
I'm getting back to my Missouri roots. I'll probably have some northern come out too.
I guess if I would have thought about all these, I would have known them. It would have taken me a minute. All right. So which one of you guys got it?
So 6 or all
It's
6?
only asking for 6, so it's saying
Okay.
what are the 6 holy days of obligation in the U.S.
Well, I'll try to start with the beginning of the liturgical year. We'll start with the Immaculate Conception. Christmas.
That's 1. That's 2.
The Solemnity of Mary, which used to be the circumcision.
Okay, that's not on
New Year's
here.
Day.
That's
The
not on
Solemnity
here.
of Mary, the circumcision of Christ. That's January 1st.
Or Candlemas.
No, that's
Or isn't it?
The solemnity
Never mind.
of the
Yeah,
Mother of
yeah,
God,
yeah.
Solemnity of
Yeah,
Mary,
you're right.
Mother of God. Yeah. The Epiphany.
That's not on here either.
What? It can't be Ascension Thursday because that was moved to Sunday.
Dude, this is
Well, no, only
traditional
it's-
trivia. This is traditional trivia.
Well, then Epiphany, January 8th or January 6th has to be on it because then there's also the Assumption of Mary on the 15th of August.
That's on there.
And All Saints on November 1st. But then
That's
you also
there.
have Saint Joseph's feast day on March 19th.
That's not on there.
Corpus Christi, which is what?
That's
is it
not on
2
here.
weeks after Ascension Thursday, and then Saints Peter and Paul.
So, did he miss any of these, Rob? Because I think he got all of them.
these
So-
right here, right?
So the only thing I couldn't figure out is if Epiphany or Ascension Thursday was the one that they were.
Ascension's on there. So you got Christmas, Ascension, Assumption of Mary. Did he say that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
August 15th.
All Saints, Immaculate Conception, and so why would it say Christmas and the octave of Christmas as
Well,
holy
because-
days of obligation?
January 1st is the octave, is the end of the octave.
Oh, okay. So I'm just so not new. I'm so new to Tradism. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
Like,
that's the
I'm a
octave
newbie.
because so that's when the circumcision.
So that's the January 1st.
8 days after the
Okay.
birth is when you circumcise your child. So it was,
All right. Very good. I'm gonna give him the point.
Okay.
All right.
I'm trying to see
Not
who
all
else we got it here. So Lauren, Jeff, and Brandon had it.
I'm surprised that Epiphany. I mean, because that's actually a set date, like January 6th, and I thought in most dioceses that was one of those special. If it's close, like if it's a Monday or Saturday, it's just moved to Sunday kind of thing. Before, and most people just put Ascension to Sunday.
So January 1st, Assumption, All Saints, Christmas, Immaculate. Yeah. So Brandon got it.
Yep.
Jeff got it too.
He said
No,
he said
he
Epiphany.
did it. He said Epiphany.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. All right, so Rob knows who got him. So, all right, so here's a Old Testament question: Who poured oil upon Saul's head and declared him ruler? Who poured oil? Let's see. This is correct. It's a very good point. This is why people need pre-55 missiles. Lauren's excited. She got one right. Bob just learned today that I call Mr. Casey Merle. Very funny, Bob. Funny line. All right, I got plenty of correct data. Which one of you guys got it?
I believe I did. That is the prophet Samuel.
Correct.
Good job.
Prophet Samuel. Let's see. Okay. This is
And with that, Darren has overtaken Mark.
Whoa! All right,
3-2.
Mark, don't worry. I won't let Darren win.
You had to deduct 2 points from me in order for it to happen. Though.
Don't worry. I'll take
-1. That's only -1.
Okay.
I'll get him. Don't worry. I find ways to cheat all day. Don't worry. All right.
And,
What term? What term?
As you go along.
I'm sitting in the. I wanted to get a Pope hat because I said I'm sitting in the chair of Peter. Rob said, "No, it's sacrilegious. You can't do that."
And after that, I did look on Amazon to see what I could find. There's no papal tiaras though, just miters.
Aw.
Like a bishop's mitre, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think a papal tiara, a costume one, would be that hard to make. And if you could wear it up for like All Saints Day and be fine if you're doing a Saint Leo the Great or somebody.
Yeah, it's true.
That's not sacrilegious then, or blasphemous.
Right? No, we dress up as saints and popes for Halloween. Why would it be if I dressed up on?
No. They got rid of the tiara because we don't need any of that
Right.
stuff
So it's not
anymore.
even
So now
sacrilege.
just,
It's not even. Now it's just a hat.
I actually saw a
in
picture.
America.
I saw a picture of Pope Francis's papal tiara, his actual crown. He's never worn it. It was gifted to him. Somebody made it, and he was like, "Oh, that's cool," and he had it put like the Vatican Museum or something.
Huh.
Rob says just use a real paper tiara. Nobody uses it.
I think that's in the Smithsonian. Actually, I think that from the young Pope they got that right. That is actually in the Smithsonian, so you could actually go view it if you wanted to.
Where? Which one? Where is
I'm
that?
not sure.
DC?
In DC, yeah. I
DC or
think.
New York?
I thought it was at the
It's at the National Basilica.
at the National Basilica. Yeah.
It is now? Okay. For a
National
while, it was
Basilica.
definitely at the Smithsonian, I think. Like donated for.
I went to the Basilica. I didn't see it there.
I might be wrong. I don't know.
Maybe it's not on display. Maybe they bring it out for special occasions or something.
I doubt they bring it out at all.
Probably. Yeah.
People want to forget that the Pope had temporal authority.
Yeah.
Yes,
Even
he
though
did.
he still does, technically.
Still does in Vatican City. Yep. The last papal state.
You want to know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? Greg, when he's in this chat, is hysterical.
Oh, man, that's good.
Greg is hysterical when he's in this chat. But when he's on Twitter, he just posts gifs, like, or gifs, whatever they're called. I know everybody gets upset if you mispronounce that. But he doesn't say words ever. He just posts, GIF images or whatever. And everybody gets upset if you say that wrong. But on the chat, he kills every time. You need to talk more on Twitter, Greg.
This is the one that was gifted to Francis, by the way.
Where is that from?
It was Gifted to Him by I haven't read that yet.
Learn something new every episode, guys.
And a lot of wrong stuff usually.
Lost Mark.
Mark's gone.
Now I must be saying it correctly because Bob would never take my side if I was wrong. Bob
You
would never
said
take
both
my side.
ways. How does he? How do
Well,
we
I said GIF, but I know people get upset if you say GIF or if you say GIF and they say it's GIF.
I prefer GIF. GIF
It's
sounds
GIF.
weird.
Yeah, GIF sounds like peanut butter.
It does, yeah.
Sounds like peanut butter. All right. Okay. What term refers to the exceptional gifts which were lost by Adam and Eve after the fall? This is a good one. I like this one.
That is a good one.
What term refers to the exceptional gifts which were lost by Adam and Eve after the fall? Yeah, I'm with you, Bob. Bob, there's nobody could ever take us down when we're on the same side. That's all I know. They try to divide and conquer, though.
Unless Mrs. C says otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, Mrs. C really is Bob's boss. She's his boss. All right, which one of you guys got it?
Neither. I don't think either one of us punched in yet.
Nope.
This is a good one. Rob, do you know this offhand?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Ant, do you know it?
No.
What do you got, Rob?
What do I got?
Yeah, what do you got? You get the point.
Preternatural gifts.
Preternatural gifts. I wouldn't have got that. I would have never known that. That's a hard one.
Well, clearly, I wouldn't have either.
Clearly, we're gay.
I found an answer from Father John Harden. I'm wondering if it's correct, but
On what?
on the gifts that before the gifts that they had before the fall.
What does he say?
Right.
You know, wait. Mark just came back on. Maybe he knows it.
Yeah, if he knows it, he would.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear the question or the answer?
I did not. It kicked me
Okay,
out.
so what term refers to the exceptional gifts which were lost by Adam and Eve after the fall? Nobody else knew it.
If he doesn't get it, if he doesn't know it, Jake's on too. We could ask him.
I do not know this one.
Yo!
Oh!
Look who's here! You know what it is? I don't even remember this guy because he used to be on Twitter. He's gone now.
What?
Jake,
You have the first chance to steal a question, Jake.
Jake, come back on Twitter and you could give it back up in August. So Bob and Pascal are giving it up in July, and then me and Don are going to give it up in August. So you got to pick which one of us you like better. You got to choose between me and Bob, and you stay on with one of us. And
Here's the thing. So I was needing a break anyway.
The truth comes out.
I needed a break anyway. I had talked to my wife about it last week, and this was just, it was just good timing. We're good to go.
She was getting sick of all of them pushing you to read all the time, wasn't she?
I might do, yeah, maybe. I might, I'll probably do the July thing with you guys. I might reactivate here in a week or so or something, or maybe at the end of the month. I don't know. I'll just gonna take a break here and go from there.
Jake, I was heartbroken to see you gone.
Yeah.
yeah, no, Jake, we want you back. The whole thing was just to get Bob to give it up, and you did it. You weren't supposed to give it up. I was just
See what happens, guys. See what
no.
happens.
The whole thing was
did.
Bob was making it like I don't care. I can give it up, no problem. I give it up, no problem. Oh yeah, all right, let's see. And then you gave it up. That's not how it's supposed to go. Me and Bob were playing chicken, and you
and I was
You
the
crashed.
semi truck that just took you both out and just went off and pulled it.
Bob
because,
Bob keeps saying this. Bob, stop it! You're an addict, bro. I know a fellow addict when I see one, man. He keeps saying it. I can give it up, no problem. We'll see July 1st, man. You got to hunt it,
you guys were both saying that, and I was like, fine, I'll just do it then.
Yeah,
No problem.
yeah. You were the man in the scenario. Everybody else was talking.
Mark,
so.
you get a haircut? That looks good, man. Or
I
you
did-
just not
I-
wearing a hat today
I
or
did.
something?
I did get a haircut today.
Yeah.
Got it look
Looks
fresh and
fresh.
clean. You know.
Nice.
Yeah. Feeling
right.
good.
All right, back to the
Anthony,
question.
I don't know if I've actually met you
J-
in real or this. This
Hey,
is
you're my
life, I
Irish
guess.
brother from another mother, man. I'm
All right, you guys can make out later. Mark, do you know the answer?
Can I take a shot without? Can I take a shot without?
No, you lose a point if you don't get it, and then we can ask Jake.
Nope.
Okay, Jake, your turn, Jake.
Wait, what was the question? Okay, go. I'm ready for the question now.
What term refers to the exceptional gifts which were lost by Adam and Eve after the fall?
You guys already said it, and you said it was wrong, though. You said preternatural, didn't you?
Oh, you heard it.
Never mind.
You heard it. All right, so nobody gets the
It's
point.
preternatural.
Hold on. Anthony said he had something for Father John Hardin.
So I saw a number of people in the chat saying these were that they were preternatural gifts, but I actually have what the three preternatural gifts were.
Oh,
Okay.
what are
You
they?
guys want them, or I thought you were just like saying.
No, I just wanted the term
preternatural
preternatural gifts, but let's
Okay.
listen.
But we want Anthony to.
Yeah, we're gonna learn something. Jake, be quiet.
I was
So
gonna
it was,
say them. Okay, that's fine.
In addition to sanctifying grace, they had the preternatural gifts of integrity, immortality, and infused knowledge.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe I should record this for my channel.
You
It
can always
looks,
take
it looks interesting, but like 7 people would watch it. on
Now,
Sunday,
is
so
integrity the opposite of concupiscence then?
I think so. Because
Okay.
remember, we're talking when he's talking about these things; these are in context of the faith.
At least we can
Concupiscence is a
confirm-
compromising of it.
We can at least confirm that charity is the queen of all the virtues, though. So, all right.
In her vision states that when they lost the preternatural state where light illumined from their bodies, it was replaced by hair. So that would be like what? Being clothed in glory?
Yeah, and now you're clothed in like a beast, basically.
Yeah. Okay. That's a term I learned from Jonathan Peugeot. Clothed in glory.
Isn't he? He's Orthodox, isn't he?
He's Orthodox.
Yeah.
He's Orthodox, but I do like a lot of the stuff he does. Like
I do too.
He's not a
Me too.
cringy Orthodox. He's
No, not at all. He's not, and I like a lot of the things he does, and sometimes he goes a little too like deep and off the rails and stuff. But I think he's doing it to try to spark something in the agnostic viewer. Like he's trying to just get them to think a little deeper about things. But like sometimes he goes a little off the rails. And
Does he start talking about toll bridges and how or toll booths and how like it doesn't really matter how your judgment goes because you're going to go through a toll booth that might actually just
no, but they definitely the Orthodox view mortal sin completely different than us. Like
Does he start
completely
talking
different.
about his family all the time? And then
No, and he says he never says literally, and he doesn't talk about his family. But the Orthodox, like I never caught more flack from Orthodox than when I put my confession tweet up and I said, I was complaining that somebody was taking. We get an hour before Mass, you get to go to confession, and there's 15 people in line, and the person's in there for 15 minutes, and it's like, okay, 2 people are going to get to go now. Yeah. So I was complaining that the person in there, like, you're not the only person. Let's go, move it. And the Orthodox,
not spiritual direction.
Yeah, like it's not, guys. You're not in spiritual direction. You go in, number and kind, and
yeah. And
try to
if
be quick.
If you can't remember number, either give at least a ballpark. If it's you punted a lot of kittens through the end zone that weekend or whatever, or whatever you did, just
that's a mortal
at least
sin?
kind.
So like the Orthodox jumped all over me for that one. They were like, you guys view confession like it's a drive-through Burger King. It's like, no, listen, spiritual direction is something totally different. We're going in to just hear what it is that we have to confess, and we're going in to get absolution. I don't think they view absolution the same as us. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's in the West, we have more of a rigorous philosophy that we adhere to, and so it's often like the West is more like the mind, and the East is more of the heart.
Yeah.
So like JP2 would say, like it's the 2 lungs.
Well, yeah, and like they describe the Latin mind as being the legal, administrative mind, and the Greek mind being the synthesis.
But correct me if I'm wrong. The Orthodox do not believe the same thing about original sin that we do, and that's why they don't call Our Lady the Immaculate Conception.
Well, they don't really understand the Roman conception of original sin either. If you ever hear an Orthodox try to explain why the Immaculate Conception is wrong, it's like, I don't know that I would say that about original sin either. It's like, what the heck? Like they're even getting it wrong, trying to explain why the Roman
So they don't even
There's
understand
wrong.
what we believe about it.
I don't. That from when I've listened to the argument, I don't feel like they're really making a real effort of understanding our position.
Well, they're stuck
That's
like
my-
centuries
We'll
behind.
have to get somebody Eastern Orthodox on so that we can find out, because that's actually an interesting question. So, did I ask a question yet? I don't remember.
No.
I think, gentlemen,
No.
I think this is when I'm going to duck out. Just
Hey,
'cause
thank
I,
you so much for coming
God
on,
bless you,
man.
Anthony.
Dude,
Anthony,
Have a good one, Anthony.
Feel
You
free to
really
reach out
are.
again. Just
you
reach
really
out
are a
and
good friend, man. Thank you so much, man.
just give me some heads. Just give me some advance warning.
Absolutely, you got it.
Cool. Have a nice night, guys.
I'll see you, brother.
Yeah.
I agree, Bob. Very, 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 very good point.
This is where people check out.
Nah, they still like us. If you were a fan of, I just watched 3 drop out.
Anthony Stine dipped
Listen,
out,
you
and
came
there
for
goes-
Stein, stay for us. Come on, we'll make you laugh. Still, Stein was quiet the whole time. He sits in the background. He lets us
it went
run.
up one. It went up one actually.
No,
No,
I
it's
just
funny.
did now, but it was at 32 and then it dropped down again. All right. What is the
Didn't get any
traditional
points.
name? What is the traditional name of the promoter of the faith whose duty it is to raise objections and disapprovals? I asked this once before, I think. Different way.
It was a different way of asking that.
I asked it very different. I didn't get it from the trivia game.
Read the question one more time. I'm sorry.
What is the traditional name of the promoter of the faith whose duty it is to raise objections and disapprovals?
And I think it's most well known in a very specific process.
Yeah, don't give hints. They should know it from just that. Pascal says, Bob. That's actually really funny. He certainly is. All right, which one of you guys got it?
Connor.
I did.
You got Con.
So I'm gonna bring myself out of the negative. The devil's advocate.
It is the devil's advocate. I almost feel a little bit of relief when Stein left. Like I felt like I needed to entertain him.
Well,
I know
he must
you-
have
I
been
know
a
what you
curse
mean.
for me because I didn't get one answer right during, or when he was.
But like
here.
I feel like I didn't want to, like, because he's not participating in the trivia. It's like you want to make sure he's part of the show. So it's like what role can he play? So you got to try to figure out a way to incorporate him. But he does a good job. Like he'll look he knows how to hang.
He's in charge of the internet.
Since
He's just a man. Yeah, he's a man with 200,000 subscribers who we want to suck some of that audience away.
Jake, since you just came on, you should know you at 0 are in the running.
Don, that's a brilliant idea. Have him keep
Sounds good.
score.
What?
Jake, we're in the same place. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
So Darren's got 3, Mark has 2, and then Jake and Connor each have 0.
Woo!
And
Come on,
on
Connor,
the
I
chat
expect
side,
more.
Brandon and Jeff are tied with 6.
Who?
Brandon and Jeff.
Brandon and Jeff. And then who are the ones after that?
Then in
else
second
now?
place, Judith with 4.
She's great.
Judith.
And then you
Judith is great.
have
Judith.
3 people tied with 2. So
Who? I want to
Lauren,
know.
Lowell, and Tobias.
Guys, when I keep track of the score, they're never correct, but at least I say your name. This is actually correct. Judith is the first winner of the chat, man. Judith is the OG. I think Jeff was second, and then Ashley from the Meaning of Catholic Guild. And I forgot to post.
Technically, it was probably me or Don frequently.
Well, no,
Just putting that out there.
I didn't start denying you a prize until you appeared on the show.
Oh, okay.
Once I met you and became your friend, like I'm only mean to people I like.
Right.
I'm not mean to like a stranger. If I didn't know you, I would never.
I wish I could say the same thing.
What?
Anthony, that's suspicious because you're not. mean
I'm only
enough to
mean
me.
to people I like.
Wait, Connor, would you say that's suspicious? Why?
You
Because
don't
you're not
make,
mean to
you don't
him.
make fun of me enough, so
I don't make fun of you enough. Are you kidding me? I mean,
Isn't that what like preview boys do to girls? Though they make fun of,
Yeah.
they're mean to people that they like.
It's not that, you want to know what it is. I know, like, I know Jake knows I'm not trying to really be offensive. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to. Yes, Bob, absolutely, 100%. Bob,
Anthony's favorite.
I don't know about my favorite, but I absolutely like you. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I don't think you could ever be my favorite. But and Judith does rock.
You guys don't want Anthony to start liking you too much because all of a sudden he's calling you at 7 a.m. on Saturday.
Oh, you have no idea what this poor man, poor Rob. He's like, Anthony, I'm working. My office doesn't let me take phone calls right now. I'm like, all right, man, call me to get out of there. Desiree, it's freaking Desiree. She's ruthless. She just has to drop her. I think that's her catchphrase now. At this point. All right, what the hell? Did I ask a question?
No.
Nah, I don't think so. I think we're gonna start again. All right.
An hour in and we're through question 10, guys.
Oh my goodness! Come on.
Okay. What is a sacred chant or hymn of praise in poetic form directed toward God? What is a sacred chant or hymn of praise in poetic form directed to God?
Really nice.
Wait, Rob, at least I get Anthony to pay me. That is actually true. Oh, wait a minute, Rob. We totally forgot to tell him about it. All right, listen, guys. We're going to beg a little. So we're coming in here with our hands out like paupers. Rob and I send a prize out every episode. It costs between like $20 and $30 we get a brand new book. We send it out to the winner in the chat every episode. It's usually $20 for the book and a couple of dollars for shipping. So we have a tip jar set up. There is a tip jar at the top of my Twitter handle. So if you go to the top into my actual Twitter bio, you'll see there's like a little cash symbol up there. You could throw $2, $2-3 would be amazing, just so we don't have to keep, because it costs $25 every episode, plus it costs like $50 a month for the StreamYard thing, and we don't want to make money. We just don't want to spend money.
Like Anthony and I did this the wrong way. Instead of building an audience and then going for all the fancy stuff, we decided to do all the fancy stuff, and then we're like, crap, it's expensive.
Yeah. So we don't actually care if we make money. We are just having fun with this, but it does cost money. So if anybody could throw $2-3 in the stupid tip jar. Rob also put his PayPal link in the show description, Rob.
Yeah. This link will lead you to a tip jar as well.
Yeah, that's Rob's PayPal. Either way, me and Rob split everything if we ever do anything. So we are in the negative hundreds of dollars right now. That's all I can tell you guys. So, but if we could just not have to pay for the prize every week, that would be awesome. We appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. If you can't, don't sweat it. No big deal. That is the only pitch I'm giving. I don't want to bug people.
At the very least, like the video, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, and share the video. That is more important than anything, because we'd really like to get our money from YouTube, so we never, ever have to ask you guys for anything. Okay. Did I ask a question?
No. Oh,
yes, I did. The sacred chant or hymn of praise in poetic form to God. Which one of you guys got it?
Mark.
Is it a canticle?
It is a canticle. Mark is good.
It's funny because no one in the chat got it.
Nobody in the chat. Take a point away from everyone.
Okay.
That would actually change nothing, Rob.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't change anything, so just leave it alone.
I know how math works.
Don, you don't have to pay me for my prize. So I said it last week, but not only does Don not get a prize, I take prizes from him to give away to people. And I gave Don, I actually gave the little holy water keychain to my little sister last night when she came over. That little holy water keychain was awesome.
The key to winning prizes is to know Anthony in real life.
Yes, that would be amazing. Mrs. C.
Have a great trip.
They're going to let you over there being unvaxxed, Mrs. C? Israel's a little strict about that, aren't they?
Wow. I'm sure Mr. C could write a fake.
USCCB.
Or
to the Campaign for Human Development.
Is that the one that gives all the condoms over in Africa?
Yep. The CHUD, as we call it.
The CHUD.
Campaign for Human Development.
No, I didn't say you could.
Like that.
I didn't say you would get it. I missed the joke because I was reading comments. I probably missed the line of the night the way Jake's laughing.
You guys weren't reading the Wanderer. You guys weren't reading the Wanderer back in the '90s when that I got that name from the Wanderer.
What was it old enough to do
Well,
that?
the Campaign for Human Development was a USCCB initiative.
Oh, that I know. I know the Campaign for Human Development.
So I just call it the Chud, and I don't know if anybody calls it the Chud or not, but
That doesn't sound right.
It's it's the CCHD now, right? The Catholic Campaign for Human Development.
I think so.
But if people know what a chud is, that's a funny reference.
A cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller. I saw the movie.
A chud?
You guys ever see that 80s like B horror movie called Chud?
No, that is not what I thought a chud was.
Oh, Chud!
Because
that was a hilarious.
A
movie.
chud.
No, I think you're going to hear something else,
I
Anthony.
think
I can't actually explain what a chud is on this show.
Was it something foul? Oh man, I didn't mean to scandalize.
No,
anybody.
it's not. Anthony's confusing it with another term.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
We're gonna move on.
Hold
We're
on,
gonna
Anthony.
move on before
Yeah.
this.
Private message me, Rob.
Next question.
Private message, Rob. Oh, maybe. I'm so sorry the chat doesn't get to enjoy that gem. Oh, you poor chat missed out on a gem. Rob just got line of the night.
Y'all are wrong.
Yes, God, absolutely.
I'm a terrible person to even know that.
Stephen knows the reference. Yes, I am mispronouncing it. It's very similar to Chud, but I absolutely did mispronounce it. I'm like, I know that somewhere. Okay.
All right. Night, bud.
Night, Jude.
Who's that? What happened?
You missed it. You were looking down. You're good.
Just ask them.
Yeah, Bob. Bob, there's a line. There's a line, Bob. I wasn't even going to put that comment up. I didn't like it. What is the... Oh, this is a good one. What is the name of the crown made by shaving the upper part of the head?
Ooh.
Stephen is correct.
Not for this answer.
Come
Bob, you guys don't have to like each other, but you gotta keep it civil. That's all I'm gonna say. It's like if you guys did like each other, that comment might have been funny, but come on.
Is there beef? Is there beef in y'all's comment section? Man, we don't even.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, Bob and Joe are not friends, which is fine. People don't have to like each other, but
okay. I didn't know. That.
But they, there's you gotta,
I listen. We don't even get people comment on our videos yet. So when somebody when you get one of those spam comments, I get so excited and I'm like, hey.
You go, hey.
Click on the link.
That's right. Hey, hot singles are waiting to talk to me live. Click.
In Spanish, though. You had to translate that, I'm
That's
sure.
right.
Well, the other thing is, I mean, like, you got to understand, Joe is my real life friend. Joe's not an friend, So it's like I'm not even. I don't want to take sides and things between people, but if I have to, Joe's my real friend. Like, I'm not gonna. Like, I just don't want to be in that position. So you guys got to chill out. Be kind. Okay, I got correct answers. Which one of you guys got it?
Mark.
Who you got, Mark?
It is the tonsure.
Mm-hmm. Tim Gordon fans would know that because he had a debate with Trent Horn about.
Anthony, I have a good idea.
What you got?
We should do a show, and the loser has to get a tonsure.
but listen, not that seminarian tonsure where they just like the Saint Anthony tonsure.
You got to get the thing.
Yeah.
You got to get wife approval on that though for the married guys. Though.
Indeed.
I think mine would end up having like a little patch of hair up front.
If you wait a few years, I'm gonna have a natural one going on back here. So
Yeah, we can tell from the comb over, bud.
No, you know who's got a bad comb over? You know who does the bad comb over?
Don?
No, not anybody on our show.
Who?
Lofton's comb over is bad,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I feel bad for him. He's a young guy, man. That's terrible. It's like, ooh, that'd be a rough one. I don't know.
Consequence of the fall.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Jeff says the small one is the clerical tonsure,
Oh, I never knew that.
and that's called a monastic tonsure.
Interesting.
Spam musabi? I don't know what that is. Brandon got a tonsure in Assisi. It was a poor college decision.
I disagree. I disagree. If that's true, that's awesome.
Bob, all right. See, Bob, that's an acceptable comment. Joe's better than Lofton. Desiree, I don't believe this for even a split second. I would say what I think of how you look, but I will be reported to Catholic Simps, so I'm just going to say you are a very nice woman, and I'm not going to say anything beyond that. Oh, that's a good one. A burial vault beneath a church or chapel is called what? A burial vault beneath a church or chapel is called what? Ooh, we got incorrect answers. All right, which one you guys got?
Mark.
Really? I got that one? It's a crypt.
It is a crypt. So we got correct answers, but I also got some incorrect answers.
The catacombs.
So the catacombs.
Common mistake.
So we did get crypt. So Jeff's got it. Brandon's got it. And
Alex got it. Yep.
I think Don got it too, but a little too slow today, Don.
Mark's pulling away.
Ryan Mead. A bunch of the no, I asked catacombs.
Yeah.
I never asked
Last night with catacombs.
let's see. I could have got this right, but I stepped away from my phone. It's actually loading.
Oh, just straight root beer, not like spiked root beer.
Dorothy's? It's Dorothy's root beer.
Let's see. I meant grip, but spell check changed it. I'm not really motivated to be quick. So Don, we were going to do the show Wednesday, and I saw Don at Mass on Sunday, and he said, "Nah, Wednesdays are rough for me." We changed the whole schedule around for you, Don, because we do not want to do a show without Don. Don
Isn't that prize enough, Don?
Oh.
I want him on with us. Don, if you ever are willing to come on, like I want you on, but I know Don is not, he's an introvert. Like Don's definitely an introvert. He comes out of his shell when he's texting and stuff, but he's definitely an introvert. So I don't know if Don, you 100% are, I would love to have you on screen with us. So you, as long as you know that, if anytime you want to come, just let me know. What I miss? Prize and punishment. That's a good line. Who is the patron saint of hospital administration? I don't know if anybody will get that right. Patron saint of hospital administration. Look at that little guy. Oh, you got two little guys. Whoa, what's up, boys? What's up, boys?
Guys?
Say good night.
Night.
Oh, that's why I knew because Bob misspells brick. He misspelled brick the other day on accident. He misspelled it. Now that's it. Brick is stuck as Burke. That's it.
I'll be right back. Guys.
Okay.
You come late, you leave early. What do you even bother? Quit Twitter today. Boom.
Hey, somebody's got to go say the prayers for the boys
Tyler.
and make sure that they're going to be safe tonight, eh?
That's right.
I love when he talks with that accent. I love when he puts the Fargo on.
It gets annoying after about 30 years. Trust
All
me.
right, Mississippi. Here's what happens. Usually, I curate the questions beforehand, but today I was on a backhoe, and every minute of spare time I had, I spent arguing with Bob, and I didn't even check my trivia game to go through the questions. So you guys are stuck with directly from the trivia cards, which is not something I usually do. I don't think anybody's going to get this one. Mags is Fauci.
Saint
Did any of you guys know this? I mean, if you don't know it, it's a rough one.
You really? I would have
shot.
think that it was St. Luke.
That's what I would have said.
That's a good guess, but patron saint of hospital administrators is Saint Francis Cabrini. I can't imagine anybody's going to know that.
See, that would have been my
Saint
second guess,
Administrators.
except I wouldn't have had. I wouldn't have had Cabrini behind it. I would have just said St. Francis, because that St. Francis and St. Luke are like two most popular names of hospitals.
I think
Well, I know St. Luke is the patron saint of physicians. I thought, right?
Yeah, that
Good
definitely.
Doctor.
Yeah, but hospital administrators and physicians do not get
No,
along.
I know. No, I
I
know.
just
Yeah,
said
that's
St.
true.
Francis. I doubt I would have gotten that because I still would have needed the Cabrini.
Yeah, hospitals weren't like the way they are today.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Oh, this is a funny one. Where is the North American College located?
Oh, I know that.
A little ironic. Where is the North American College located? Lauren says she should have known Francis Cabrini. Oh, you know what? This is actually a pretty easy one because it's been they've been in the news a lot lately.
They're always in the news for something
They're always
bad.
in the news because of some creepy crap going on. I got. All right, which one you guys got it?
I think Connor got
Me.
it first.
Anyone? Bueller.
Connor.
What?
We got
me. Rome.
It is in Rome.
And with that, Jake is losing.
Nice. Nice.
Hey, it took you long enough.
Yeah.
And this wasn't even my own doing. I haven't. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah, so Church Militant headquarters alternative than that. Max at Hawaii. Cross from St. Peter, great view. I've never been to Rome. I would like to go.
When I was there, the St. Peter's was entirely covered in scaffolding, and I felt so ripped off when I got there. They were cleaning it for the millennium.
Oh,
We went in high school and we were going to see the Sistine Chapel, but we decided to play some soccer with some Italian kids at the time, and a buddy of mine tripped over some cobblestone and then ran into a cement pillar with his face.
Ouch.
And due to that, we didn't get to go see the Sistine Chapel because ambulances and dealing with people that didn't speak
In a foreign
English
country, yeah.
or Italian. It was great.
Great story.
Yeah, okay. Jeez, it's not. Sorry, Anthony's
Talking about a
life
kid
is
smashing his
more-
face in, man. That was brutal.
That's what I remember. A lot of things from that trip. That was one of them.
All right, so let's see. You missed the joke about you.
Of
Bob
course.
said because you were yapping, you weren't reading.
25 for leaving. I can't
Negative
win.
25. No.
All right.
So let's see. I was in Rome for the interregnum between Benedict and Francis, so didn't get into the Sistine Chapel because they were preparing for the That's actually a great story.
Interesting.
That's better than kid slamming face into concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His teeth
Maybe we
were
should have Brandon
hanging out,
back on.
man.
We haven't had. I actually do have to get Brandon back on because Brandon is the only person who beat Rob. I think.
to be fair, I left early that night.
No.
remember?
I've
To be
tied
fair,
with
Brandon
Rob.
beat you.
I think
Yes,
tied
you've
with
tied,
Rob.
and only because I helped you cheat.
No,
think it's
But
Rob the first
Brandon
time.
actually beat Rob, and I like just seeing him in the chat maybe reminded me. Like I forgot to ask him back
I
on.
think Jeff would be. I think
Good for
me,
you,
Brandon,
Jeff.
and Jeff should go head to head one night.
I think
Brandon and who? Jeff.
Yeah, JMT.
I wonder if Jeff would come on. I would love to have him on.
Because him and Brandon are still neck and neck right now in the chat.
What number are we at question wise?
Not anywhere close to done.
That's good.
14.
Oh, we're not doing 30 questions tonight. We're going to go to 20. We'll do 20. Yeah, we never do more than 2 hours. Like, what time is it? What do we got? Not
You're
Buck
like
24.
9:30,
We're at
like
buck 24
let me
right
see.
now, so dead air.
You say that like we're trying to be professional or something. We don't even know how.
Oh my gosh.
I did hop out of what I'm assuming Duck Duck Grey Duck won the poll that Mrs. PC put
I
on
think
because I
it
left
ended with
Twitter.
7%, Jake.
What?
That went for Duck Duck Goose, right? Because obviously Grey Duck is the right choice.
Anytime I see that, I just think of the Family Guy episode where he's going around calling everybody duck, and then he gets to the goose and he's like, duck.
All right, Anthony.
All right. What is the term for the relaxation of a church law given only under special circumstances of a case? I knew that one. What is the term for the relaxation of a church law given only under special circumstances of a case? Ooh.
I typed my initial in too early.
You're not sure the answer?
I can't wait to post.
I think
can't.
I have it, but
All right, which one of you guys got it?
I got it.
Where you got?
Dispensation.
Well, no. According to Mrs. C, it's a sensation. Mrs. C finally got one right, and that's what comes out of the dumb phone.
Here's the thing, Anthony. Whether if you give this to her or not has a pretty big impact on the chat score.
Give her the point. Give her the point, because she clearly meant dispensation, and she wrote sensation. But let's see. Was she?
Mrs. C's 1 point puts Brandon behind Jeff now.
Okay, so let's see. Dispensation was I got Jeff. Don got it wrong. Alex got it right, and I think. All right, we'll give her the point.
Yeah, give the point.
Yeah, we'll give her the point.
What's funny is you see on your end, Anthony, in the comments, you see the sensation, but she deleted that in the live chat, so nobody else in the live chat can see.
Oh no! She doesn't get to. I'm always allowed to re-put whatever I want up. Mrs. C, you think deleting it can prevent me from doing anything? Wait, let me see.
It is not weird and wrong.
I was gonna say we might have to block Alex for that.
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
Really,
I thought he actually said something wrong. I was like, wait, no, Alex, no way. Gray duck is a Minnesota thing, and in my experience, it's weird and wrong. I think Minnesota is weird and wrong. So
Alex, are you from South Dakota? What would you know?
Me?
I don't recognize its existence.
So she deleted.
Yeah,
she deleted. She deleted sensation, but I could keep bringing it back up. You can't just get rid of a comment from me. If I see it, I put it up. Wait, Don, you wrote indult.
No,
Indult. How did you get it right? You said indult.
No, look at the comment right before that. He says we announce it when he gets it wrong, but when he gets it right, he's ignored.
Perfect. All right.
This is Bob. You are entirely accurate, by the way.
Oh man, this is a weird one. I don't know this one. You guys might. Oh, sorry, I've been up very early today. I apologize. I'm yawning. No headache though, so I'm good. What is the term for a place set apart for meals in a religious house?
We've had this one.
No, we haven't.
Maybe
I've
it's just
never
because I remember the trivia game.
Yeah, because you have the game memorized.
You should ask your sister this one. Should have her be phone a friend.
So there's a show called Bull Crap on Netflix, and it's a trivia show. Well, it's not really called Bull Crap, but I don't like to, in case people are watching with their children.
Yeah, we don't want. It's been risque tonight.
Yeah, it has been a little thing, chud. So anyway, it's a show called BS, and so the host, I think it's Howie Mandel. Howie Mandel will ask question to the contestant, and then there's three people that are there to judge whether the person actually knows the answer or if they're just BSing and pretending to know the answer. And I want to figure out a way to work it into our show where like we ask each person, we set it up where we ask Rob trivia questions and the three guests would have to guess if Rob actually knows it or if he's just BSing. If he knows it, maybe we could do something like that.
So basically, a Hollywood Squares.
I don't know.
Is
what
that?
That's basically what Hollywood
Squares
Squares is you answer the question to the celebrity, they answer the question, and then the contestant's like, yeah, I'm going to agree, or no, I don't agree with that answer. And I mean, we already.
I'd have to watch it. Yeah,
Man,
I have to watch it. Darren, aren't you in your 20s? Why are you watching?
Jake, why are you in the public chat?
What? Why can't I be in the public
Because
chat?
that means you're seeing people's answers, Jake.
No, I'm not.
How could it?
If I'm going into it after the question's been asked and I'm not going to be answering the question, I'm just in there just to participate.
Yeah, I
in the
know.
chat too.
I knew it, Rob. I knew it.
-5.
I knew that time
right?
the time he tied you. Now we know how.
Oh, come on.
That time he tied you. Now we know how.
No.
I mean, listen. He's never going to win today. He may as well try and cheat today. But that time he tied you. Now I know how.
My integrity. My
No,
integrity.
no, Jake, we lost that in the fall. Didn't you hear Anthony Stine?
The episode Rob wasn't on, I kept accusing Rob of cheating. So I don't know. It is what it is. All right. So which one of you guys got it?
Is it me?
Mark.
I think
All right. It is the refectory.
Yeah, that sounds like a candy factory.
Yeah,
Right?
it sounds like a hall of
A
mirrors,
confectionery or
reflectory.
something. It is a refectory, but it sounds like a place you make candy.
Darren, you're 2 behind Mark.
All right, Darren.
And Connor, you're 2 behind me.
Woohoo.
Connor's 1 ahead of you.
Oh.
He wouldn't have known. He was excited about it.
Confectionery. That's what I would.
No, that's who fought the Union in the Civil War. I'm pretty sure. No,
what did I say? I didn't say confectionery. What did I say?
the Union fought against the confectionery. I remember that. Yeah. I remember that from the history. Yeah.
But I didn't say Confederacy, right?
Oh,
what did I say?
Oh, now
No,
you did say that.
But what word did I actually say? They're saying confectionery.
You said refractory.
You said refectory sounds like where they make candy, and they're all saying no, that's a
No, but I thought I
confectionery.
said, didn't I say confect? Oh, I thought I said
I'm
confectory or
being
something.
yeah.
I think I said confectory, confectionery. All right, I'm terrible, guys. I don't say any words correctly. You think I'm gonna get that one correctly?
Isn't it a refractory? Because isn't it with an A? Like factory?
No, it says refectory.
It's the
Okay.
refectory.
Refectory.
Gotcha.
All right, so I think this is a very trad question.
Does that mean it's one we're all going to argue incessantly over?
Yeah, it might be, but no. I think the answer's correct, but it's a very trad question because I never heard this term until recently, and like I probably would not get it right if you asked it, but once I read the answer, I okay, Willy Wonka.
You'd get it after you read the answer.
Okay, right. So, no, in other words, I've heard it before, but I wouldn't have known it off the top of my head. So, what is the term for public proclamation of an intended marriage given on 3 consecutive Sundays? What is the term for the public proclamation of an intended marriage given on 3 successive Sundays?
Does it have to be successive, though?
I've never heard that.
I never heard that it had to be successive. I just heard that it had to be like publicly proclaimed 3 times.
I'm not like a real trad. So like I'm kind of new to this whole thing. And
I thought I was until you read that question. I've never heard of it.
Because I've heard of somebody having to do that, and it's like usually they'd have to wait like because you'd have to wait so many you'd wait like almost a month before you could like that's the
did
earliest
you click in?
I did.
Who got it? You?
I did, yeah.
I think
All right, so what is it?
It's a band with 2
Yeah, it is.
It's a
It
what?
is.
It's a band with 2
Marriage
B-A-N-N.
bands. BANNS.
I've never heard of that before.
BANNS
that.
bands.
There was a couple of
Oh,
different
well,
spellings
bands
in the
are-
chat, but I'm going to give it to Jeff, Brandon, and Mrs. C.
BANS should count.
I think I've only heard that in like historical like fiction or
Yeah, it was definitely a pre-Vatican II thing.
Yeah.
You
So
have
when
to-
I
you
the
have to
first time I
announce
heard it, I thought they were talking about the ring because I thought they were saying marriage bands, like bands around their finger.
Mm.
So I remember the first time I heard that, like I was like, why? What does the wedding ring have to do with three marriage?
Yeah.
Like I didn't understand it, and it was one of those.
Yeah, because it's a public witness, so you have to make it publicly known.
Oh. So that
Okay.
people, so that if there's impediments,
Yeah, so
Someone
that you
can
can
come
bring up
forward and-
objections and impediments. So and you
makes
can do it
sense.
3 times, so that there's 3 different occasions that you could
Wow.
hit.
interesting.
I did not know that.
That's interesting.
Okay, so this is one I would have definitely gotten, but you guys, not one of you have an ounce of tan to you, so none of you are Italian. So I don't think any of you are going to get this one.
Whoa! Hey,
All of you have translucent. Yeah, but wait, you see you doing this?
Hey,
I just
haven't
found
rolled
out
up my
there's-
sleeve. You don't know how white my skin really gets.
I just found out there's an emoji that does
yeah, the
this,
pinch fingers.
Forget about
and I never knew.
Forget about
Now a lot of people don't understand when you do this. It means, what do you want me to do about it?
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do
Anthony.
about it?
Anthony, ask the question over here.
What do you want me to do about it? So I never knew. I seen somebody post it. I said, why have I never known about it? Because I do this all day.
You're not tweeting.
Man, the
When I'm
jokes
off
are
this,
themselves
when I'm
now,
off
boys.
YouTube, you guys don't understand. The guinea gets turned up to 12 when I'm at work, especially.
Anthony,
So-
if you when you come back on this show next week, will you be wearing a jogging outfit with like?
I can wear my velour. If you want me to wear my velour, I'll wear my velour.
Oh, what is? I don't even
gold-
want
with
to know what that
the
is.
gold
That's-
chain.
You don't know what a velour is.
the gold
Oh.
chain with the horn.
What do you
Nope.
think?
I eat
Put it on.
spam
Put
straight
it on.
from the can. What do you think? You think I'm a
What are you
velour
doing,
kind of
Jim?
guy? What is that? Gay?
Probably doesn't. Mark, he probably doesn't even know what Cavariccis are. What famous Catholic invented the radio? Yeah, wow. I know it's an easy one, but I don't know. A bunch of translucent contestants. Translucent.
Well, let me just adjust my.
And Brick,
screen
all I
real
can
quick.
say is the Italian people didn't exist until 1860. So
Listen to me.
You know, I was telling
Listen to me. What do you want from me?
I told my wife, I said, the United States is the only place you can find Italian people. She says, what are you talking about? I said, when you go to Italy, they're not, they don't, they talk about,
Not
I'm
Italian.
Sicilian. I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm Napolitan. I'm
Oh, that's what you meant the other day
Calabrese.
when you said Italy isn't a country.
I never said that. Who
I
told
said
Yeah,
you
in
that.
our
that?
group text.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Rob
Finland
said
isn't
it.
the country.
No, that wasn't me. But
There's
no,
a group text.
Italian people in Italy don't. I mean, they don't think of themselves as I'm Italian. They think of I'm Calabrese. I'm from Napoli. I'm Sicilian.
Well, pretty soon, none of us are going to want to think of ourselves as Americans. So
Mm.
we'll all be saying,
Texan.
Come on down. Come on down.
we're all going to be embarrassed that we're from America. So, all right, which one do you guys got it?
All right.
We got Mark.
It was Marconi.
Paisan!
Oh, forget about it.
Yeah. Out of here. All right, let's see who got it. Who got it? Wait.
I had JMT, Judith, and Mac with it.
She was,
Yeah,
she was
Steve.
upset because I ate, spam straight
Gabagool.
from the can.
My
Steve,
brother-in-law.
I go down for the gabagool.
My brother-in-law calls me Gabagool. My brother-in-law's German. My brother-in-law's German. Every time he says, "Yo, Gabagool, what are you doing, Gabagool?" I'm like, guy, calm down. I'm like third, fourth generation American. I'm barely Italian. Knock it off.
Well, I will say, like the Italian people, especially the ones that I've met from New York, and I lived in Chicago for a little while. Like they maintain a lot of their culture.
Yeah,
And they can. Can you speak Italian? Because there's a lot of.
I understand it.
Okay.
I can
That's
speak a
pretty
few
impressive.
words, but I can understand if they speak slowly. Like I work with all Italian guys, so
Yeah.
like if they speak slow enough, I'm not gonna understand it fluently, but I'll pick 90%. And I also speak a little Spanish because of it too, and working with all Spanish guys too. So let's see.
I bet you know a lot of the swear words from your grandparents.
Don just said that. I know them all.
Getting yelled at as a kid, I bet.
Yeah, my mom's dad and my dad's dad both spoke fluent. Let's see.
Marconi plays the mambo. Listen to the radio. You guys don't listen to Starship? Oh, come on, man.
No, but you're doing great killing that dead silence, so keep going. I don't like awkward silence. So
muted him.
He muted himself.
Oh, you muted him, Rob?
I muted him.
Nice.
guys are awful.
You're back, Mark.
Okay, this is a good one. All right, this is a good one. What term refers to the small round skull cap worn by the clergy? Small round skull cap worn by the clergy. Oh man, Steve watched one too many Sopranos episodes.
Never mind.
All right, which one of you guys got it?
Mark again.
Holla at your boy.
Mark's slaying right now.
the Zucchetta.
It is the Zucchetto, isn't it?
Zucchetto.
It is Zucchetto.
It is Zucchetto, but
what did I say?
Zucchetta,
That's
which
like,
would be feminine, so that would be a lady's hat, I would think.
I say we give it to him.
I give it to him.
I mean,
He tried to like beef up the Italian.
I tried to get the accent, and I shot myself in the foot. Sorry about that.
What are they talking? Steve, funny line, Steve. Very funny. Steve said yarmulke. You spelled it wrong, but funny line. So yarmulke is a very strange word to spell. It's yalmuke. So YALMUKE is yarmulke.
Yep. In Yiddish,
I only know that because my friend and I, when we would work, we would drive in a truck together, and we would have spelling bees to pass time. So, like, I would ask him words, he would ask me words, and whoever could stump the other person first, I'd always stump him on nauseous. He couldn't spell nauseous.
Whether it's a boy or girl, it's perfect.
Good line, Brandon.
Don't go there, Brandon.
When never mind, that's gonna get us banned.
Go for it, bro. It's like YouTube doesn't even know he exists. Knock it off.
When you roll through a Jewish community, do you roll down the window and yell out, "Hey, no, that's a zucchetto"?
No, but I do say, there'll be like 15 standing on the corner, go, "Sir, you dropped your wallet." You can't imagine the mayhem. You can't imagine the mayhem. "Sir, you dropped your wallet." They start scrambling, bro. It's one of the funniest things. I'm not even kidding. I do it in Brooklyn all the time. It's one of the funniest gags. You can't imagine the mayhem on the streets, bro. So you go to
doing this show with you guys.
There are some funny bits that I do because you're driving around in a truck all day. And like now I'm alone in the truck, but for years it was me with a crew of guys, and we're sitting driving in the truck. It'd be somebody driving. Sometimes we'd be driving, like you got a water bottle and you're going by, you squirt a little water on somebody driving by, like they're walking. But when you get a group of,
people,
yeah, a very specific type of people, if you yell that out, forget it, bro. It's a circus. Shelby, how dare you? I was talking about
people from Kansas.
Yeah, I'm talking about tourists. When you see tourists,
can you imagine what it must be like to be Anthony?
He's doing his best to earn that review. He's doing his best to earn that review.
I'm one of those guys. You get to a four-way and you're waving somebody and smiling. Go ahead. No, you go first, like that. Like
and the only time that happened in New York was. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for being the only one who thought that was funny. That only happened after 9/11 in New York. So after 9/11, you would have. Well, before 9/11, everybody's giving each other the finger when you're stuck in traffic. After the towers went down, I don't care how bad the traffic was. Everybody was like, no, you go. There was this moment of unity in New York after the towers went down that especially when you reflect on it now and the way the tension is in the country now. At the time, it was something that will never get back again in this country. It was just, I mean, you want to talk about human fraternity, that word they throw around all the time. You felt like you were in some, I would imagine the only other time is like if your brother's in war in a situation like that, like a band of brothers type situation, because New York, I mean, I was working in the city. I was at that time, man, and to see how New Yorkers came together was really, really an amazing thing.
Were you in the city that day?
No, not when it went down,
Okay.
but I worked in the city. We were actually laid off that day, and I was with my wife. I actually can't tell this story on air. I can't. She was my girlfriend at the time. I can't tell this story on air, only because I don't know if she's ever told her parents what we were doing that day. Yeah, Steve, 100%. New York after 9/11 was a beautiful.
It sounds like it was the Midwest.
Yeah.
No, in the Midwest, it's all passive aggressive, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's
Now, all right. So Mark is obviously old enough to remember 9/11. In my age. Now, Darren, how old are you?
I was a junior in high school when it happened.
Okay, so you're a little older. Now, Rob, you're 33.
Yeah, I was in 7th grade.
All right, so that's a little young. Like I was 18 or 19. I was 19 when that happened. So, Mark, you were what, 21?
About 21. Yeah, it had to have been 21, 22, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like if you were really old enough to understand what was going on. I remember Rob, you're my brother's age. Like I remember when it happened here, my brother was in school and they put all the kids in the gymnasium and put the television on for them and they watched it.
We were in our classrooms, and we still had to go to different classes, but each classroom had it on TV all day. Yeah.
That was one of the most barbaric things I've ever seen in my life, especially at that time. And like still to this day, I don't watch documentaries about 9/11. I don't watch the movies. I just can't. It's too grim. I don't go there. I'm fine to talk about it, and I'm also fine to like watch things that happen in the aftermath, like about America's invasion of Afghanistan. I'll watch all that stuff, but I can't watch the movies or watch the docs, man.
I have so the thing is, it was such an emotionally powerful day for me that every once in a while I'll go back to watching some of the live news broadcasts and try to actually remember what it felt like that day, because it was such you could never describe the feeling. It was, I hate to say like filled with awe because it was such a horrible thing.
The word is trauma.
You were in awe, like you were like, what is going on? It was just baffling what you were witnessing. Now, I also, after it happened, like that day, my friend and I knew everybody was going to want American flags. We went to the flag store.
Did you scalp flags?
Rob, we were 19 years old.
Oh, wow.
We bought a box of 2,000 flags at $2 a piece, and we sold them for $10.
Oh, bro.
We killed it. We were 19. I was going to be laid off of work. He's talking about me behind the microphone. He's embarrassed to even say what he's saying. So, we were 19. Some people were so happy that because you couldn't get flags anywhere. So some people were so happy that they could get a flag, and then some people were throwing stuff at us out their windows because they were like, "You piece of garbage! You're trying to profit off of this," And I was like, "Sorry, I don't know."
That's not the American dream. I don't know what it is, honestly.
Right? I was a capitalist from 19, boy. I don't know what to tell you. All right, are we doing trivia? Are we reminiscing?
I don't know. Are we?
Real deep and heavy there.
Sorry for that, guys. Don't worry, I'll edit that out later. Because I ever edit anything. The one show we edited was my conversation with my cousin Kiel, because it was long. It was like 2.5 hours. It was like if we didn't edit that down, nobody would have sat through it.
We'll hit 2.5 hours tonight. Don't you worry about it, bud.
Yeah.
What are we at? We're at an hour 50. We are wrapping it up in 10. Oh my gosh.
10 minutes?
We're gonna do two more questions.
Oh,
all right.
That's like 30 minutes.
2 more questions and no more tangents. All right. Okay, this is a good one. What term refers to the union of the two distinct natures of God and man in the one person of Jesus Christ? This is an easy one.
Have him say it in Greek then.
I don't know if I would
Ooh. All right, Robert.
I don't know if I would get that in Greek. All right, which one of you guys got it?
Darren.
Darren.
So it's the term for like God and man being one.
No.
Okay.
No, well, not really.
The term for the union of the two natures of God and man in one person of Christ.
Yeah, the divine and the human, the homostasis. The
Incorrect.
homostasis.
Incorrect. Oh, is that Greek? Is that the Greek one? Is that the Greek word?
Hypostasis, sorry.
I don't think
That's,
no, it's not
homo,
homostasis.
like,
No,
I
you-
think hypo.
If he's saying hypostasis, then yes.
Hypostasis, but that's not really the term everyone knows.
Mark's next.
I
You know
got.
what? Okay, you want for the whole term.
Hypostasis.
I want the term, Darren. Come on, you're a smart guy.
Okay. You gonna give me a chance, or are you moving on to Mark?
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
You
no,
give me
go
a
ahead.
chance.
No.
It's the hypostatic union.
Yes, okay. As long as that's what you meant, because that's the term everybody knows. But hypostasis technically did cut it. You said homoousion, which I
Yeah.
homoousion or homo, that was part of the Greek and Latin schism, wasn't it?
That's consubstantial, I believe. That's the translated into English.
Yeah. So,
Isn't it?
but
Homoousios.
Homoousios and I don't know.
yeah, it's like it's one letter difference is what led to. I don't know if it was a heresy
It's
or.
the-
I thought that's the filioque is the thing that divided the East and the West.
I don't think anyone's willing to take him up on
I'm
that.
not taking that action. No way.
Not
The English
bad. Nobody
translation is
thinks that,
consubstantial.
but I can't help it.
Oh, we're at the point of
Brandy. Dude, the thing is that I'm going into a tangent now.
We're at the point of no return.
Bob makes me laugh. Bob makes me laugh hard sometimes. Man. Like he comes out with some gems sometimes, man. All right. Let's pick another. All right, last question, guys. What is the score, Rob? What do we got for a score?
Okay, so in the chat, we have Jeff just destroying it with 15. We have Brandon with 12. And then in third place is Judith with 6.
Wait, say that again. I didn't hear that.
Jeff with 15. Did Anthony?
Jeff, yeah. You know what I'm doing right now.
With 12 and Judith with 6.
Okay. Sorry. You know why I do that when I do
Yeah,
that. So they-
Mark has 8 and Darren has 6.
all right, I didn't listen to anything you said. All right, on the show, which one of these guys got?
On the show, Mark has 8, Darren has 6. The other 2 suck.
All right, now who? Yes. All right, so Mark has 8, Darren has 6.
Connor.
All right, so the other 2, you guys are terrible tonight, especially Connor. You really blew it, Connor, this week. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Connor, you really let me down.
Hit or miss.
Usually, Jake always sucks, but you're up there with the best of them.
What?
So here's what we're gonna do.
Unbelievable.
Connor, how many points does Connor have?
1.
All right. All right. How many points does Jake
Sorry,
have?
Connor,
Does Jake
it's
have
not
any?
None.
Jake has none.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Connor's
Anthony
gonna
even
give
tried to answer a question.
Connor. He didn't even try to buzz it. He just came and just I don't know what he came for today. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Connor's gonna give his 1 point to Darren. So now it's 8-7. All right.
I don't know why people write those reviews about you. Man.
I don't know.
Where that
Listen.
comes from.
Why are we even trying?
Connor, I have to try to make it sense. It has to kind of make sense, all right? So Connor's going to give his point to Darren. So now it's 8-7. So now this next question, if Mark gets it right, that's it. Mark's the winner. If
Wait, but who
Darren
does
gets
Jake
it right,
give his points to?
wait, what happened?
Who does Jake give his points to?
Jake is
I
in the
was
negative.
probably in the negative anyway.
It's like -1.
Bob says a negative 25 for leaving Twitter.
Yeah, seriously. I don't even. We should. You know what?
I'm saying, who's getting his negative
Oh,
points?
you know, Anthony. Yeah, you're right.
You know
I was
what?
gonna do it.
Goodbye. I know you will. Me and you, honestly, how often something like that, or a comment. We both click the comment at the exact same time, and it both disappear. Rob and I have a very similar mindset with this show. So, all right. So Connor's giving his point to Darren. Mark's got 8. Darren has 7. If Darren gets the most professional show on Catholic YouTube, would you guys honestly want to watch this show if we did it legit?
No.
The
No,
question
right?
is, do they
What
wanna
is
watch it now?
legit? What do you mean if we did it legit?
assume
What does that even look like?
No, I mean, like if we were like professionals, like, okay, guys, now you got you guys have this many points. Like if I didn't actually steal Connor's point right now, the show would stink. Only trying to spice it up a little. So, all right, so you guys understand what I'm doing, right? Darren, if you get this next question, we have a tie score. We do a tiebreaker. If Mark gets it right, show's over. Everybody goes home. We pick a winner from the chat. And this week, Rob's sending out the prize. No, wait, Darren, you actually win a prize anyway because you had all right, so you know what your prize is? You get to send a prize to the chat winner. It's a good prize, isn't it?
All right.
Get me on the solo lane. Why you put me on the solo lane?
Let's see if you figure it out.
All right, so you guys know the rules. I'm gonna pick a good question. Hang on, let's see. All right. Rob, come on, banter. Fill me in.
You're changing your name like last week. You didn't notice at all last week.
Wait, what did we do last week?
Oh
I changed your name for the whole episode.
There's only one.
Tinbot Ding Ding. Oh my god, I just noticed it. Dude, when I went to log in today, I saw that and I'm like, what the heck is that? What happened here?
I forgot what I called you last week.
And that's where Don's review comes from, right?
I'm not sure.
Don's review, I think, said the same thing. The dumpster fire nature of the show is the only thing that makes it watchable. The review had it correct. Misery loves company.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yo,
That's awesome.
we really are trying to bring something different. Like, I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. So me and Rob are like constantly trying to like think, all right, like what can we do outside the box? I don't want to. We never want to copy anybody. We're just always trying to be original.
Special.
This is good. This is good.
So if anybody has any, like, I honestly, I'm open to if somebody else has a good idea for a totally not a show topic, a show idea, like a totally. I mean, this is different.
Concept.
Nobody's doing
A
this.
different concept.
Yeah, like a different concept for a show. If somebody has a good idea for something, tell us. We'll make you part of it. We'll do a show and we'll try a pilot episode of something different. You know, like we're trying to figure something out with Mark and Jason too. So I mean, we're trying to come up with unique ideas. That's all. So this one is going to lead to controversy because I disagree. I disagree with the answer given in the trivia game.
Okay.
Well, we know the trivia game is 100%
So it
correct
depends
all the
on
time.
who gives the answer that you agree with.
I think the trivia game is wrong here.
Darren, that's always the case. It's always
So-
the case that I have to agree with Anthony.
We're
I'm
going
excited.
to see.
I'm excited. Let's see. Let's see.
So I have to ask this question because I want to see what both of you say, and then I want to see what the chat says because I think the trivia game's wrong.
Okay.
What day is considered the birthday of the Catholic Church? And then I'll tell you. Now, when you guess,
This is controversial. You're right.
it is controversial. So now when you guess,
controversial.
you have to guess and say, I am guessing what the trivia game says, or I am guessing what Anthony thinks it is. Okay? And that's how you have to answer this question. Are you guessing what the trivia game says? Or are you guessing what Anthony says? Even in the chat, if you want it, you have to write, because we all know you have to say, okay, Anthony, I'm guessing with Anthony, and this is what it is. Or I'm guessing with the trivia, and this is what it is.
All right. Well, Mark,
See?
you punched it in at first.
All right.
Let's hear your answer.
It's Pentecost.
Now, is that my answer or the trivia game answer?
It better be the trivia game answer. If it's not, I can't imagine that.
I disagree.
I'm gonna give you Anthony's answer.
Let's hear it.
It's the moment that the lance stuck the side.
You can tell me I'm wrong, but the birth-
Which what is it?
It's
The
when
traditionally is
the lance entered the side of Christ and the blood and water came out and baptized the earth.
Yep. The church
And
was
that's
birthed.
when the
from
The church was
Because
birthed
the
from the
baptism
side of
and water.
Christ when
Right.
blood and water, baptism, and that is the birthing of the church.
But the church
So I'm
did
seeing.
not receive its
And that is
particular.
what I learned in seminary.
But the
Thank you, Brandon.
but
Trivia Pentecost. Brandon's got it. So Jeff's saying Brandon
Let
is
Mark
saying,
defend
so-
So
himself.
how do we score this if we both technically got it right?
Wait, what was Mark? I want to hear what Mark had to say.
Yeah, that's your
because
mark.
when the Holy Ghost came upon the disciples and in the upper room, the Jesus movement, that is when that group of people were endowed with supernatural gifts
Right.
that preserves error and has the what do you call the supernatural charisms that
But did they not already have the mission?
well, I mean, of course they had the mission, but that's when the mystical body was endowed with the supernatural charisms that it has, that make it more than just a Jesus movement, I guess.
I understand, but I've always been taught.
You learned in
that
the
the
seminary
church-
can't be right. Oh man.
I was always
Yeah,
taught
I agree
that
with Don there.
I was always taught that the church was born from Christ's side. Like Christ is in his marital bed on the cross, right? He consummates the wedding to the bride. That's the birth of the church, no?
Yeah. Augustine would say that just as Eve came from the side of Adam, so too the church.
So too the bride of Christ comes from the side of Christ. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a debatable question. So I asked that knowing that it was going to be controversial. So we're going to do another one. We're at 2 hours. I didn't want to go to 2 hours.
In other words, that question means nothing, and
It's a
we'll,
meaningless question, and I did it just to stir the pot a little.
All right.
You should have
I
known
knew it was
there
gonna be a
were two
problem.
answers possible.
In the Old Testament, they use the term ecclesia for the kingdom in the Greek. So that is correct. That's why we say ecclesiology. I'll be honest with you. I probably learned it from Scott Hahn. That's most likely where I learned. It's not even like it's such a traditional thing. I mean, I probably learned that from Scott Hahn.
It's an Augustinian. Like that's his. I think it's in the City of God where he goes over that too.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're just looking at it typologically, just like you said, the bride of Christ, which is the church, is taken from the side of Christ, just like Eve was taken from the side of Adam. I mean, it's typologically. That's why I always think in terms of typology. So, the marriage of one woman to two or more men simultaneously is called what? I don't know why this has to do with Catholicism. This sounds more like the LGBT question of the day. All right, we're doing rainbow cult questions and trivia. Let's go.
Darren went to seminary. He should be good.
Okay, so people, I'm going to tell you,
That's not the quote of the night. Then
that's line of the night, that's for sure. So let's, yeah, Rob, you're getting it tonight. It's the first time Rob's getting it. Good job, Rob. All right, so I'm going to tell you, you're never going to guess what the trivia game says, though.
No one in the chat. One person in the chat.
One person in the chat. So don't look in the chat. One person in the chat.
One woman married to two men simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Mormons will never get it either.
It's not called the. I see. My first thought was it's not polygamy. I was going to say bigamy.
This is another one of those. I'm not doing another question after this.
No, Anthony, the trivia game is absolutely right on this.
Okay, because I'm not doing another question after this. This is the last question. We're wrapping this up. So that's not what the trivia says. So who got it next? Mark, what do you got?
Oh, I'm not chiming in. I've never even heard
I got
of
it
this.
next.
Jay,
Just for all the points.
For 9 points.
All right.
All the points.
Jake is coming in. Let's hear it.
Come on, Jake.
Polygamy. We'll just go with that one. If the big
Incorrect. You're wrong. You're down
it's
not.
25,000 points. It's polyandry.
Polyandry. Yep.
Polyandry.
And
All right,
you
guys.
actually had it, Jake.
Okay,
Mark-
I thought the way you asked the question, it sounded like some kind of church sanction thing, and I was like, okay.
Well,
wait
no,
minute,
a lot of
what
people
are
were
we talking-
saying, all right, so Shelby got it, but a lot of people were saying polyamory, polyamory, you know,
polyamory.
like that's probably what I would guess, polyamory or polygamy. A lot of people guess bigamy.
Yeah. Lauren,
so-
though, polyandry.
It is polyandry. Mark, you are tonight's winner. Darren, you win a prize, Darren. You and I will talk later, and we'll figure out what you're going to get. You're probably going to get one of my used books up here, unless people leave us some tip jar. Guys, tip jar.
You told me I was sending out a prize.
Huh?
I thought I was sending the prize.
That would be great. Well, you send it to Darren, and I'll send it to the chat. So
Okay.
if
the chat winner,
yeah, who's the chat winner?
Jeff again, but
No. I want to hear the first 3 or 4, and I'll tell you who the chat winner
so
is.
Jeff.
Name one off until he likes one.
Go until I like one.
Okay, I'll go in order. So
Yeah,
there's
give me them in order. I'll tell you who's getting a prize.
That's the new
Jeff.
all right.
There was Brandon, and then there was Judith, and then Alex Nagel,
All right, that's a possibility.
and then we had 3 people tied, and that was Greg, Lauren, and Lowell. Lowell, who had never been here before.
Lowell, you just
Shout
won.
out to Lowell. Shout out.
Lowell, you just win the prize. So, Lowell, here's what you're going to do. You have to give me your contact info. So,
Hold on, I'll put up the.
Rob is going to put up my contact info. But isn't it Lauren's first time, too?
Are you right? I think it is.
Lauren K., it is your first time, too. You are both winning because you are new. Jeff, you're going to get your $4 Thurible keychain. I promise. All right? Jeff,
It's
I
going to
will
cost
send-
more to ship it to you.
I will send you the $4 Thurible keychain. Well, what I'll actually do is I'll send you the link for it, and you can order it yourself. It's $4. All right? It's not a big deal. It's $4. I honestly love you guys. Yes. Whoa. She's from Australia. Ooh.
She probably knows Matt Fred.
I have to see if it's even possible. So what I would have to do is I'd have to go on Amazon.au. So Lo, Rob's going to give you my email address. I will try. It may not be possible. I will try. Lauren, if you're getting one also. So Lauren and Lowell, thank you for being new followers, new watchers. Send, that is the email, robert@avoidingbabylon.com. Just send your email address. Usually, I mean, if you guys, I mean, everybody always sends me their actual address, and what I do is I just send a gift from Amazon, and I just send it directly to your address, and then I erase your address immediately after. So,
I could potentially send a book through the post office to Australia. That way, we don't have to try to figure out how to do it through Amazon.
yeah, you know what it is? I hate actually going to the post office and sending something out, because when I could do it on Amazon, I could do it from my iPad while I'm at work, and I could just punch in someone's address and send it. That's why I do it that way. But Lo, send us your email at least. Send us your email. Lauren, you also just send us your contact info, and I would like to send you both a book. I will give you a list of book options, and you guys can. Ooh, what do I do? I will give you guys a list of book options, and you can both choose one of them. And Lowell, I'll do my best to get it out to you. Lauren, if you're in America, you'll definitely get one. Anthony just loves Bezos. When and if Bob wins, his prize should be mayo. Lots of mayo.
Yes.
Bob
won't ever
hates
give
mayo?
anyone the address.
Wait, what'd you say?
Bob won't ever give anyone his address.
No, Bob loves his anonymity. I would bet another 100 Bob's name is not Bob, because Bob speaks in third person as if he's speaking about a different person. He'll say Bob didn't say that. Anthony says, he'll speak about himself in third person like that weird guy from Seinfeld.
I have a sister-in-law named I. She does that too.
Laura, I like to tease people. That is for sure. So I've never scored anybody with the water bottle, but if I go tomorrow, maybe I will, and I'll video it. Jeff, we'll talk, buddy. We'll get you that Thurible keychain. Everybody, thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Please, if you can, $2-3 in the tip jar. Please share, like, hit subscribe, whatever it is. We really do like doing this every week. We are doing a show with Jason and Mark, Tradman Podcast,
Yeah.
on Tuesday night, right, Mark?
I think it's going to be Monday. Can we do it Monday?
I can do whenever you guys want.
Let's
So
do it.
we're
We're going to do it. We're going to do one on Monday, and then we've also got a Father's Day episode coming out.
Nice.
So that's and we're really excited about the topic. It's going to be on the servant of God, Father Emil Capon. I don't know if you guys.
I love that
Yeah.
story.
And so
Love that
that's
story.
and so we're going to be focusing a little bit also on spiritual fatherhood, obviously in that context, and that should be a great episode.
Yeah, if anybody wants to see the short story of Father Emil Capon, if you have the what is that app that has all the Catholic content on it?
Formed.
Formed.
Oh.
Yeah, so on Formed, there's actually like a half-hour episode and tells the story of Father Capon, and it's a beautiful, quick thing. My wife watched it with me, and she was in tears the whole time. It's a beautiful story. We're gonna do that crossover show with Mark and Jason. We're gonna call it "Avoiding Tradmen in Babylon," and avoiding Tradmen in Babylon.
Avoiding Tradmen.
We're gonna do the first one on our show. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pick a topic, a starting point, and then we like riffing with Mark and Jay. So we're gonna probably just see where it goes.
To go.
Yeah, we have no idea. Last time, one of the best shows we did was the Master of the Ages review show, and we started with Master of the Ages, and then by the end of it, we were talking.
I mean, we
about-
heard how much Mark hates apparitions and Mary.
Yeah, but that's where the conversation went. We got into private revelation and apparitions, and it was a great show, man. Really good. So stay tuned for that. So Sunday night, check out Tradman Podcast. They're talking about Father Capon, and then Monday night we will be doing Avoiding Tradman in Babylon. Guys, thank you so much for coming.
Hold on, Connor, what do you got coming up?
So I said that Charles was going to be on last week. I had to change that. But tomorrow I'm having Barbara Nicolosi on to discuss Hollywood and her story.
Dude, you get some good guests, man.
Wow.
Just lucky, I guess.
Connor, I want to talk to next time. So if you ever get either Brant Petrie or Bergsma on again,
Yeah.
If you would allow me, I would love to come on and just be your sidekick on your channel.
Well,
Like, I really would.
Yeah.
I love both of those guys. I've read both of their books. I would love to just sit in for that and maybe just be a sidekick, and I'll just pop a question in here and there and just
Just make sure you have the mute button ready for him. Connor.
Yeah, you better. But if you get either of those guys, I would love to sit in on one of those, man.
Yeah, Bergsman said he wants to come back on, so we'll see what we can
what I'll do is I'll tell you the questions I would want to ask him before we even go on, so see if it fits with the topic you're going to choose for the day.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I do is I have a sort of arrangement of questions, but so yeah, we can just work through that.
All right, excellent, man. Guys, thank you so much. We're going to hang in the green room for a minute. Everybody, thank you so much.
God
We will
bless
see
everybody.
you next
Thank you
time.
all. God bless you all.
Hold on,
I'll do the closeout, Rob.
I'll play the outro video.
Yeah, wait. Don't play no outro video.
It's
Are
our
you gonna do
fears
another-
and our dreamings that brought you. In the lost
I figured out how to override you.
It's still live.
and peace.